Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. Jack, we Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, they find to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. To the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. Listen, we are here for a Sunday special delivery. I know a lot of y'all like, what am I? Listen, I had to get in my Florida. I had to get in my Florida bag. You know what I'm saying? Got the floral, got the open chest. You know, I'm feeling real Florida breezy right now, baby. Real Florida breezy. You know that had to get my Florida swag. I should have let my dreads hanging, but I'm just getting a little Florida swag. You know what I'm saying? Out in the open and everything like that. You already know what it is. But hey, man, you already know what it is. Your boy Scotty, you back with another one for Sunday, and we here. Now, let me be very clear, right? Before, go ahead and like the stream, right? I didn't want to do this, okay? I'm going to just be very clear. I didn't give a damn about this video. I'm just be real with you. I didn't care. I cared, but I didn't care. And people just kept hitting me up left and right. And like, Scotty, you got to say something. Scotty, you got to say something. So now I'm here, right? I was going to do it on Saturday, but everybody else was getting their rocks off on Saturday. And listen, you got Fox News doing something. You got all the other people doing something. So I was like, I'll just wait till Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Everything done calmed down. Maybe they will forget about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something. And then here we are. You know what I'm saying? Because, you got to talk about it today. Anyway. So now I'm here. Okay. Now I'm here. So I'm going to take you on a little roller coaster. Okay. I'm going to take you on a little roller coaster. I don't know what you guys expect of me today. You got Laxton State fans like chomping at the bit, hoping I'm about to go in. You got FAMU fans like Scotty be nice. Listen, it's going to be a roller coaster. Okay. I'm going to take you up. I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to take you up. I'm going to bring you back down. All right. But first, go ahead and like the stream. All right, all 230 of you Bamas on a Sunday. And the mere fact that it's 230 of you Bamas on a Sunday when y'all Bamas should be in church praying and praising, you should be ashamed of yourself. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So let's start it off. We know earlier in the week, Willie Simmons comes out with the statement. I really shouldn't have to read this because half of you Bamas done read this shit already, okay? But I'm going to read it anyway. Earlier today, it was brought to my attention that a rap video was shot by a prominent rapper in the football. Prominent? Prominent. I think you're being too generous. But anyway, prominent rapper in the football locker room of the Gallimore Powell Fieldhouse without proper authorization. The video contained graphic language that is not consistent with FAMU's core values, principles, and beliefs, and internal investigations underway to determine who authorized the use of not only the athletic, but also licensed apparel that potentially violates university branding and license agreements. I totally disagree. Okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, although I am a proud proponent of the free speech and support all forms of musical expression in the football team. It has a responsibility to protect the university's image. As a result of the unfortunate situations, the head football coach, I effectively suspending all football-related activities until further notice. It is a privilege to wear the orange and green in the football program. Our young men have failed to live up to that standard before us. They will all learn from this mishap, and we all continue to work very hard and do what we're at. Let's do it. All right, so shout out to Coach Willie Simmons. Let me just say that. Shout out to Coach Willie Simmons for getting in front of it. Okay. Shout out to Coach Willie Simmons in front of it. Let me just say this. There's no violation in apparel, right? Because literally Boston Richey could have done this video in his grandmama's basement with FAMU gear on, with a FAMU helmet that he got made by his damn self, and could have done the exact same video. The only difference is he did it inside the football field house. Now, I've been inside the FAMU field house. I'm going to just say this. FAMU needs a new field house, okay? FAMU needs a new field house. I'm going to just say that. It's if FAMU ever got a new field house, FAMU would probably be one of the best schools to go to attend it, but their field house is absolutely trash. It's like a rat in a hole in the wall, but that's neither here nor there. So then, AD had to come out with her statement. She says, first of all, this statement is absolutely ass. Who, just because you're green and gold, or green and green, or green and orange, whatever the hell y'all colors are, burnt orange and forest green, why the hell would you have to put your statement in orange? Come on, AD Sykes. God damn. Like, this shit is hard enough for Bamas to read. Then you're gonna do Times New Roman, and you ain't even bold nothing. You just Times New Roman and threw an orange background on the back of it. You gotta be better. You gotta do better than that. Jesus, freaking Christ, man. Anyway, I do not have all the information I need to make a complete and informed statement about the situation at this time. What I do know is that it's portrayed in the video is inconsistent with my expectations of FAMU student athletes. While I am disappointed, this isolated incident does not define FAMU athletics. I am committed to working with campus partners to gather as much information as possible, as quickly as possible, support Coach Simmons' swift disciplinary actions, and committed to educating our student athletes. Blah, blah, blah. This is an ass statement. And the only reason it's an ass statement because she literally did Times New Roman and slapped an orange background and expect people to read this crap. It's trash, okay? You could have done way better than this, okay? So this is it. Let me just say this, because I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. If this was Jackson State, I probably would have went live the same damn day. Because anytime you get an opportunity to pile on Jackson State, just go ahead and pile on. You know what I'm saying? It's just the jokes write themselves, right? Guard the yard. If somebody was in their field house, I'm like, guard the field house. It just would have, the jokes would have written themselves. So, you know, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing a little caveat. I would have went live the same damn day, and you already know what it is. I don't like them Bamas anyway. So it just is what the jokes would have written themselves. Anyway, so this is my question to everybody in the chat, right? This is my question. And my question is this. Was it the video or the punishment that brought the viral response? Because if we're being a buck, the song is absolutely trash.
And he trash.
Okay? The song is trash. Absolutely garbage. Okay? I mean, I don't even know why Bama's listened to this Bama, okay? But it's really not the video, because if it's the video, the song isn't good. The graphics ain't really all that good, right? I do like the part where he does like this and they turn it to like the cartoon. I'm like, oh, that's pretty fire. I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty fire. Other than that, the video is trash. The lyrics is trash. You don't know what he's talking about. So it's really not the song, or to me, it was the punishment that made it what it was. So if we're being a buck, if we're keeping it, listen, I'm just keeping it a whole buck with y'all. That's all I know how to do. I'm just keeping it a whole buck with y'all. Is that if Willie Simmons never puts a public statement out about punishing the team, does this go viral? Listen, we are in the HBCU community, right? And they love to keep stuff in-house. That's like the motto for HBCUs. Oh, gotta keep it in-house, gotta keep it in-house. So I beg to differ. I beg to ask, if he never makes a public statement and FAMU handles this behind, because nobody knew it's unauthorized but FAMU. But FAMU. Everybody else, nobody else would have known that the video was unauthorized. Everybody would have been like, hey, that's a trash ass song, but okay, they did it at FAMU. But then people behind the scenes would have known that it was unauthorized. So listen, I'm just posing a question. Is that if he never comes out with a public statement, if they never make this big grandioso statement, and Willie Simmons just says, hey man, he calls a football meeting, right? And says, hey man, listen, we suspending our activities because y'all on some next level stuff. Now, I ain't seen no football players in the video, if I'm being honest. So I don't even know why the football team is getting their stuff suspended, but that's neither here nor there, right? But that's all I'm saying is I really think this really could have been kept in-house, right? This really could have, it's just my personal opinion. I think this is one of the biggest things that if we're talking about keeping stuff in-house and not letting it get out, I think this is the quintessential fact of that. Who was harmed in the making of this video? Right? That is my thing. Who was harmed in the making of this video? It wasn't dogs. It wasn't cats. It's mute. He's from Tallahassee. I don't understand it. So to me, if I'm being honest, it was really Willie Simmons is what really took it over to viral, because then you had something to grasp. Willie Simmons acknowledging it made it what it was. Okay? Made it what it was. That's just my personal opinion. Because the song wasn't gonna do it by itself. I'm just be very honest. The song wasn't gonna do it by itself. The song is absolutely trash. Okay, that song is absolutely trash. Anyway, but let me go. Okay, let me just say this to all the FAMU people. I get it. Okay, I know it's Sunday. I get it. I understand that, you know, FAMU means a lot to you all, and you guys have been through a lot. Okay, you guys have been through a lot. You've been through the booty scandal. You know what I'm saying? You've been through the Dr. President. You're on your 30th AD in like 9 years. You've gone through a lot. So I get it that you don't want, you know, people like this writing articles about you. You don't want somebody who probably has never stepped foot on an HBCU campus, has probably never thought twice about FAMU. But when you got Randall, you know what I'm saying? When you got Randall out here writing articles, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I get it that you don't want the school tarnished. Okay, you don't want your school tarnished by negative attention. But let me say this, right? Let me say this. I am on the factor of all publicity is good publicity. And let me be very clear about this because my wife told me to be very clear about what I'm saying to you all when I say this. I'm not saying scandals, okay? I'm not saying scandals are good publicity. I'm not saying that, right? You know, losing a president, da-da-da-da. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying scandals. But what I'm saying is things like this are not bad. I really like, there's a lot of things that you could do that are way worse, right? Way worse. And I got the proof. So we're gonna get into all that later, right? I got the proof. But my issue is that there's things that are like, this is good publicity. Because listen, I don't care what nobody says. If I'm Willie Simmons and I walk into a recruit's office, right? If I walk into a recruit from Florida, and any kid that's watching me or whatever who's from Florida, Tallahassee, whatever, Willie Simmons can simply say, yo, we do it different at FAMU. I know you saw the Boston Richey. Yo, we different. We different. It's no different than when Dion had Wallow and Young Dolph and all those guys at the facility, right? It's no different than having Boston Richey inside the locker room with Tallahassee kids who know who he is. It's different. It's not a bad thing. It is really not a bad thing. You're just going to be like, yo, we do it different here at FAM. And it's okay. Like, there's a lot of things that you can get upset about. There's a lot of things that happen that are a bad imagery, right? Because if we're being honest, it's the same music you're playing at homecoming. It's the same music you play at every other homecoming. So I don't want to hear this narrative of, oh my God, they're bashing black women and they're doing this. And he's telling a woman to suck this and stick that and do this and bend over and shoot him. They're already listening to it. And then I hate when old people in their 40s and 50s act like they weren't listening to NWA, Luke Me So Horny, Trina, Trick Daddy. It's Florida, for gosh darn sakes. It's Florida. And we all know Florida is different in itself. So yes, FAMU, you might not want to be in we don't promote that image. You already do, because the music is getting played at your homecoming. What are we talking about right now? I heard Florida got its own bounce music or whatever they got down there. It's already different. So I do not understand the hypocrisy of it all, of saying, oh my God, I can't believe the messages. We really can't support this as a black community. But you be in your car riding and listening to whomever else you want to listen to. If Kodak, I tell you right now, if Kodak Black did this video at FAMU would be the biggest thing in Florida. Fam, if this was Kodak Black, it would be a completely different. I wouldn't give two shits what y'all talking about because FAMU would have been the biggest school in Florida, point blank, period. You have Kodak Black do this video at FAMU. If a matter of fact, I'll be calling Kodak Black tomorrow. Hey, come into the field house and do a video for us. Right? And the mere fact that you saying this lets me know it's just because he's a local guy. That's my whole thing. Just because you're saying, oh, it wasn't Kodak, just lets me know you didn't know who Boston Richey was, but it didn't matter to you. It matters to the kids in Tallahassee. Where is FAMU located? In Tallahassee. So you now become the coolest thing in Tallahassee if you weren't already that. So yes, I understand that FAMU, the older FAMU folks, or the educated and the pontificating FAMU people do not like the image. Get that shit out your head. This is not your day, because if it was still your day, you don't act like you were a part of Freaknik. Like, I swear to God, man. I swear to God, if the old person calls into my line today talking about some, oh, Scotty, we really need to. You were listening to the same shit. You were listening to the same exact music in your own era. It has not changed, other than they can't rap now. Before they could rap, okay? Now they can't rap, and they're talking about the same thing, okay? So miss me with all the I'm high and mighty now, and now we need to stop it. Stop it. It's sickening, okay? It's just pure sickening to me. Moving on. But I get it, okay? I'm not going to say like I don't understand. I understand. I get that you don't want that image, but hey, listen, like I said, there's a lot of things that you could be upset about, and a music video shouldn't be one of them, okay? It shouldn't be one of them. That's all I'm saying. It just kills me, right? So at the end of the day, it's Florida. He's from Tally. Like, it's Florida. You're Florida. You're FAMU. You're Florida. Come on, man. Come on, man. He's from Tally. It's Florida. It's a great recruiting tool. I don't care what you're talking about, right? Willie Simmons can walk into any kid in the city of Tally and be like, yo, we the city. Okay, he can go down to Tampa. He can go to Miami. He can go to these black kids and be like, yo, we different. They not having that Bama at Florida State. Okay, it ain't happening. You have to separate yourself. How do you separate yourself? By doing cool shit like this. I just wish the song was better. Okay, because if the song was better, I would be, send the blitz. Okay, what you need to do is send help. Send a ghostwriter, because he sucks. Send a ghostwriter, because the Bama sucks. Okay, other than that, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. It's the people on Twitter that really made me more upset. That's what really got me on here today, is the people on Twitter who are taking this to a whole nother level when all you Bamas got a glass house. You should not throw stones when you live in a glass house. That is my issue. Like, you got JSU people talking hella shit like you just didn't have another president resign. Bethune-Cookman shouldn't be talking for the next 10 years, okay? You was just on national CNN news having kids dealing with mold. How are you Bamas talking? Somebody make it make sense. Everybody has a problem with, it's real funny to me. Everybody's supposed to be a community until something bad happened to somebody else, and then everybody want to point the finger and act like they ain't got no problems themselves. Like, Jesus freaking Christ. You get, like, what are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right now? So a lot of you Bamas shouldn't even be talking. Literally should not be talking. Okay? Jesus freaking Christ. Where am I going? I don't even know where I'm going next because I'm just so. We're gonna skip over the quick question. We're gonna get to think it through. Let me. This is really what I'm here for. This is really what I'm here for because listen, man. Okay, I'm gonna just be real with you. There's a lot. I don't really like say like I can't stand somebody, right? I'm not that type of person. Like I really like. There's a lot of people like. I don't even say the word hate. Like I never like I hate. Like that's not my. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like Jack State. Like I want Jack State people to lose. But you get what I'm saying? It's all fun. But listen. I'm sorry. Today this nigga. I can't stand this nigga. I cannot stand this nigga. Like I really can't. Because this is what I'm talking about. How do we go from a music video to now you are telling a black woman who wrote an article about news? This is the stuff about HBCU alums why I cannot stand some of y'all Bamas, right? Because it's the entitlement for me. So it's okay because I want to be very clear. We're supposed to be protecting black women, right? We're supposed to be protecting black women. This man gets on Twitter and says, "Fuck you and ESPN." Because this little poor written article is not breaking teeth. Like, what? Like, when I tell you I cannot stand this nigga, like, I cannot. Like, why? Why? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, what did she do? You get what I'm saying? Like, she's doing her job. Like, she got it right. He didn't get on to the white person that I just showed you. He didn't get on to the white person and said, F you, cracker, and ESPN. He goes to the black woman and says, F you and ESPN. Like, what? This is what we're, for a music video. For a music video. And then he continues and says, I was right about saying F you and it. Like, so she responds. So she screenshots it, right? Because he deletes the tweet. He deleted the tweet. Bitch move, right? He deletes the tweet. And then she screenshots the tweet because she saved it and puts it back up. And then he says this, I was right about saying F you and ESPN. And I replaced the tweet to be nice because I recognize you may not have. So because she doesn't have HBCU hours, she should be cussed. Like this is the stuff that sets me off, right? This is the stuff that sets me off. It's because the entitlement of this Bama, you know what I'm saying? For a music video is killing me. So for me, it's like this, right? Then he says this, and I'm sorry, FAMU, I had to throw y'all under the bus for this one. He then says, this is my last tweet on this today. But FAMU marching band, nor any other HBCU marching band, would have done what those football players did. And I think we all know why. Bring that back. Sorry, FAMU, I had to throw y'all Bamas under the bus. But this is what I'm talking about, man. This is the stupid stuff that I talk about. Because everybody wants to act like their opinions don't matter in the space of HBCU. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, good, bad, or indifferent. We have opinions of white stuff. So regardless of how you feel, right or wrong or indifferent, white, black people who have not graduated from HBCUs have the right to have an opinion. I do not. The thing that kills me is that we would be so quick as black people to say something is racist if we weren't allowed to have an opinion about something. If we were not allowed to have an opinion about something, how quick would we say that was racist? How quick? If Stanford was like, yo, we don't want no black journalists talking about white issues, how quick will we say that's racist? All I'm saying is this, is that of what, see, the situation that happened at FAMU, even the ineligible thing, that is 10 times worse than kids having a music video that had cussing and was taped inside of FAMU's facility. Like, that's the stuff that boggles my mind. How about we talk about how things aren't being renovated? How about we talk about things with just a little bit more relevance, a little bit more just, stuff like that. But see, once again, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Like, let's talk about this. Let's talk about how your president got kicked out for embezzling money. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. HBCU alums don't have the right to speak on anybody's situation. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, I get it. We can all make jokes and have fun, hee ha ha. But don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. I can continue. Oh, I can continue. Remember about that trainer? See, that's way worse than somebody filming a video inside of a field house. Remember when you couldn't play a game because you didn't have no trainers? Oh, remember when you was like overdue on your Adidas bill and you could barely buy shoes? Oh, y'all remember that? See, y'all, that's way worse than a music video. Remember when you had to let your AD go because of the fact that don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. That's my issue. That's my point for any of this stuff, man. For any of this stuff. I just want to be clear. I'm just saying, at the end of the day. I'm just saying. I'm just like, there's bigger fish to fry than a music video that had that kid that the Bama had. First of all, a lot of schools would love to have a big time local rapper represent their school. That's all I'm saying, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of us want publicity for the school. A lot of, right? I know a lot of HBCU alums will say, yo, what's up with that check? Did you charge Beyonce? Listen, I'm just asking. Because I saw a lot of alums on Twitter, on FAMU, talking about, oh, we should take the video down and we should get a check because it was unauthorized. Did you ask Beyonce to pay? That's all I'm saying. Like, listen, man, get your money. But don't try to bully the little guy. And then when the person that got the money, you don't even ask. You did Beyonce off the humble. Oh, please, Beyonce. Oh, just because you're Beyonce, we would love for you to film here. Half of you Bammers can't even remember the video of what she did. And I bet you, fam, you ain't get a check for that. I bet you. I bet my bottom dollar, fam, you didn't get a check for that. But now you wanna bully the little rapper from Tallahassee who's repping his city by doing it at FAMU and not at Florida State. But now it's a problem. So listen, my final thoughts on the situation, right? It's simply this. I really don't see the fuss. I really don't. I mean, if I'm being a whole buck, and the call lines are open, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124, right? If I'm being really real with y'all, I really think Willie Simmons' statement actually made it worse than what it was, right? Because him suspending football activities because of it is what drove everything. Now I agree with you. Permission unauthorized, I absolutely understand, right? So whoever is going to get in trouble for allowing the video to be taped, I agree. Okay, that's cool. Punish him, right? Hey man, you didn't approve this, whatever. But don't. You're getting publicity. You're getting publicity. That video has over 400,000 views, and it's not because of the rap lyrics. It's because of the controversy behind it. So the situation is, I wholeheartedly agree. If it was unauthorized and you found the person that did it, okay, punish the dude, right? Punish the dude. I didn't see any football players in the video, so I don't see why the football team should be punished for that. That's just I didn't see no football players. I ain't see them, so I don't understand in that regards of what it is, right? So overall, if I was putting this on the scale, I would put the scale on like a 4. Of just like how bad this was, right? You know what I'm saying? Of just like, oh my God, like, oh, yeah, there's bigger fish to fry than a music video. That's all I'm saying. All right, KJ, coming to you.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Your background loud as a mug.
Yeah, that's because I'm out and about. I might have to call back in. I'll call back in.
All right, no problem, KJ. 1098 coming to you. Oh, what's up, Mike?
Got it.
What's good, Mike? I just saw the name. I was like, what's up, Mike? Talk to me.
All right, Scotty. Disclaimer. All you old Bama's, log off YouTube right now. Get out the chat. Unsubscribe if you have to, because I'm finna make y'all a lot of y'all mad with what I'm about to say. But I'm finna kick it to you straight. To the young generation, Boston Richey is lit right now. Lit as fuck, Scotty. Super lit. So, like, when I first seen the video without seeing the headlines, when I first seen the video, first thing popped in my head, I said, oh, shit, this is lit. This is actually lit as hell. I mean, granted, they could have got permission? Yeah. Could they went about it another way with an edited version? Yeah, maybe. But man, to these kids, it's lit, bro, having Boston Richey do a video. Like, Boston Richey was just in Dallas a couple weeks ago at a venue I do.
Mm-hmm.
Sold it out.
Oh, wow.
Like, to these young kids, Boston Richey is hot as a firecracker right now. So all you old Bama's talking about these rap lyrics, bro, rappers been talking about the same shit for 30 years.
Thank you.
They've been talking about the same thing for 30 years, calling women bees, talking about guns, drugs, all this been going on for 30, 40 years, bro.
Come on,
so
man.
Get out those feelings with it. And my second point, like you said, Scotty, if Willie Simmons would have said anything, nobody would be talking about this. Okay, granted, people on Twitter, you know, the culture be talking about it because we be on YouTube. I mean, the kids will be talking about it on Twitter or whatever. But that's the definition of self-inflicted. Willie, you didn't have to put out a statement. Handle that in-house. Nobody will be talking about it. ESPN wouldn't give a fuck about it if you wouldn't have said anything.
That's fair.
So that's the pure definition of self-inflicted, Scotty. But that's all I got, Scotty. See these kids, Boston Richey lit, bro. The video lit, bro. Real talk. And you know I hate FAMU. That video lit, Scotty. That's lit. Hey, that's lit, Scotty. Woo! I loved it.
Hey, that's real though. Hey, appreciate the call, Mike.
All right.
Hey, man, listen. Half you old heads. Okay, let's be real. Let's be real. Okay. Let's think about this, right? He's like, Snoop Dogg gin and juice, right? He's like, what he says, it's the capital West, so yes, the first and BOW. When he says gin and juice, he says, I can't remember the bar, but he's talking about like, get off these nuts or whatever. He's like, oh, bitch, you don't want none of these, please, or whatever. Like, bro, it has been going on for 20 to 30 years of Bama's rapping about bees and hoes. Like, let's not play this game like all of a sudden it ain't got 10 times worse. No, your ears have version down, okay? That's all it was, because when you was in your young years, in your young days, you was out here running wild. You was listening to Snoop Dogg. You was listening to NWA. You was listening to Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. You was listening to, all these rappers out here. So let's not act. Let's not act. Thank you, T. Too short. What? You want to say it like short, bitch? Like, stop playing, man. Stop it. Dre, coming to you.
What's up, man?
What's up?
I really didn't have a problem with the video. My thing is all about just protocols and permission. There's a way to do things. It's almost like, okay, you got a son. Would you be cool if you came home and your son had a house party without your permission?
Nah, I wouldn't.
As somebody who threw a house party at his parents' house, when my parents left me home for a couple of weeks, and my neighbor literally called my dad, was like, yeah, your son got everybody up in the house. There's a way to do stuff. And like I said, to me, it ain't the rap video. It's protocol. Like, okay, if so that's one rapper. I mean, every other upcoming rapper think that, they can just pull up on FAMU. No permission. They ain't let the coach know, ain't let the AD know. I mean, to me, that's my thing. So I'm interested in see, matter of fact, who would you punish? Because there has to be somebody responsible for getting them in the locker room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would punish whoever is supposed to be, because I would punish whoever.
Okay, now, what's the punishment, though? Is it fireable? I mean, is it fireable? Because I guarantee you, if your son threw a party at your house, well, you might beat him all the way back to D.C. Short story. My dad was military, and he had to go back to Tennessee for one of his soldiers. Left me home for 2 or 3 weeks because I was still in high school. I threw a whole party. Some of my friends off the basketball team convinced me to throw a whole party. Had about 20 folks over there. So, I mean, you got to be honest about it. It's just about permission protocol.
No, it's fireable. And the only reason I said that's what CL. I like what CL says. He said it's a security issue, because if you don't know. Let's say somebody has a problem with one of the football players and he's able to sneak in and do whatever, like on Gridiron Game, right? When the dude, he's walking onto the field and then, he shoots the kid. Like, you just don't know. You just don't know. So
somebody slips, somebody gets hurt. Like, okay, my mom owns an event center, and there's certain stuff that happens, liability stuff.
Yeah.
If somebody got hurt on that campus, you think he not gonna sue FAMU? If somebody left some stuff around, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's real stuff. That stuff really like that happens.
Yeah.
That's why when you go through that, there's paperwork. You got to go through to sit there and be like, okay, we ain't responsible for nothing. You ain't going to sue us if you fall. You ain't going to leave nothing. You're going to leave it just like how you kept it. You just can't sit there and be like, yo, I'm pulling up, yo. Scotty, my homeboy, he the AD, he the assistant AD, he responsible for this. Yo, I'm trying to do a rap video up here.
I'll listen.
Nobody know.
I'll say this, Dre. I would talk to the football team of just understanding of somebody from security would have to be let go, right? So my head of security or whomever, somebody's gonna have to take the fall for this one, because of overall just the security issue of people being able to get in easy access that easily. To me,
it should not be that easy to get in and do a whole video.
Yeah,
that means there ain't no cameras.
Yeah, Bama should have to buzz in or something. You know what I'm saying? So I've been to the field house. It wasn't that hard to get into. I ain't gonna even hold you. You know what I'm saying? So whoever, because they got a little front, like if you ever been to the FAMU field house, they have a little like a front desk person like that sits like right when you walk through the doors, like 5 steps, and to the left is like a desk, right? So it's not too. It's supposed to be somebody right there to kind of like make sure.
Is it gated?
It's not. No, it's not gated. What happened?
See, Antista House is gated, so you not even getting, and you would have to jump over the fence. Like it's so many protocols you have to do to get into our field house. That's why I'm like, who's secure? Like who's responsible? Like somebody's definitely gonna have to take the fall for this.
Yeah, I think it got to be the head of security. Whoever is the head of security or is supposed to be working that shift or whatever, definitely has to take the fall for that. But I appreciate the perspective, Dre. I really do. That was a good point. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Let me see. I'm gonna go KJ, and then I'm gonna go Mr. D. And I see Gabe. I see you 5240. Joe. I see you as well. So I'm coming to y'all. What's up, KJ?
Hey, so can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, all right. I'm by the water, so my bad. All right, look, I agree with everything the last caller just said. I mean, you know what I do for a living. So process, procedure, policy, all that exists for a reason, man, to protect the institution and to protect those students. Anything could have happened there. It didn't. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even, even the jokes that people told on FAMU, you look at the video and you're like, okay, this was lit. You know what I'm saying? I digged a little. You know what I'm saying? It was good fun, but then you said, I did. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was all right. I still got my little shots in, but it was nothing serious. Yeah. But in terms of like policy, procedure, protocols, legalities, that stuff has to be followed. And you got to realize these are young Black men. Most of them are not going to the NFL. They're not going to any of the leagues. They're going to work. And there's a bigger picture in this. They are young Black males going out here in the world and working. They make one misstep. They don't follow policy, protocol, and procedure. I've seen it happen too many times. One misstep, and they fire. They lose their livelihood, or something else bad happens to them. You have to instill those things in your players too, because you are also responsible for their development, their human development. These are still kids. So Willie, I think, did the right thing. There has to be some form of accountability, because the world is always going to give them an extra level, a heightened level of accountability. I've seen it happen way too many times with young Black men working their first corporate job or working their first job here or there, and they do something. They're like, oh, I thought it was okay. And it's not okay. It would have been okay for somebody else, but it's never okay for them. Like, you got to guide these kids. So I'm not for all the people in the comments from Tallahassee talking about, man, this lit, y'all Uncle Tom's. I'm like, yeah, where do you work? What environment have you ever had to deal with where you are always under the microscope and you are always under the gun? That's what we are preparing them for. So it's a bigger picture than that. So yeah, I agree. It's cool, it's lit, but things have got to be done decently and in order. You've got to teach them how to do things the right way. And that was the misstep here. Now, I think Willie did kind of, self-inflict himself or whatever with this whole situation. And that's kind of funny, but it is what it is. Now I got one more point to make and then I'll let it go. In terms of the FAMU fan base, I saw a lot of people yesterday that couldn't take a joke. Like they say, we can't take a joke, we're sensitive. And I've always maintained that when other fan bases get made fun of, or when something happens at their school, they don't take jokes well. They called everybody classless. They said that they asked people to go to hell over jokes. Like, y'all got to stop being so self-righteous. If you want to hold yourselves up as, oh, we brag different, then you got to take your L's too. All the shit is fair. Everybody has something going on. Last year, y'all had shit going on with Larry not having the players eligible, all that shit. Yeah. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, gave you grace on that, hope that your players made it and everything else. A lot of people did that too, and people took their shots. But my problem with FAMU is they seem to feel like they are above reproach. If you want to brag different, if that's your claim to fame, then you got to hold yourself to a higher standard. KJ, okay? KJ. And that's all I got to say to people from FAMU.
KJ. That's the pot calling the kettle black. Cause
I don't give a goddamn. Cause they talk about they talk about everybody else being beneath them all the time. We brag different. Y'all beneath us. Y'all ain't got clean water. Y'all ain't got shit. Damn sure right. I'm gonna talk about when y'all fuck up. You goddamn right. I'm gonna laugh about it a little bit. I still wish you well, but I'm gonna get my laughs out too. Talking about classless. Y'all self-righteous. Shut up, FAMU. Take your joke. Take your knock. It's fine. That's all I gotta say.
Oh man. All right, KJ. Enjoy your day, boy. KJ came in swinging, boy. She said, so righteous. Mr. D coming to you. Then Joe, then Gabe. What's up?
What's going on, Scotty, man? That was funny with KJ. Holla at KJ. Look, I used to work at Howard University, and I remember back in the early 90s, we were trying to bring NWA to the campus.
Come on.
Man, I had I was in charge of student activities, assistant director there, working with student government. Man, the university was like, hell no, NWA ain't coming on this campus. So I had to, talk to the upper administrator, say, look, this is what the kids do and all that stuff. They're like, we don't like the foul language and what they're saying about women. It's the same thing that's going on now. It's just different generations. So the administration, if this was a Marvin Gaye song, ain't nobody would have had a problem. Okay? It just that you got the university officials who are older and trying to represent all of the good things of the school. And so then when they was like, what in the world? This happened? Who brought them on campus? Oh, I mean, if the football team didn't let him in, hell, how did he get in? And we all know you can just walk right into the field house, without a problem, to the left desk and say, hey, what's up? And you just walking in the building. So if it was a rapper like he was, everybody knew who he was. Then they start bringing in the film and the camera like, oh, okay, I'm just taking some pictures or whatever. Then they just probably started filming, So, but my other issue, like how you get access to all the equipment, that's another thing. So there had to be somebody internal and stuff like that. But look, I get it with the administration. They had to do what they had to do. But I really think if the coach didn't say nothing and waited, it probably wouldn't have been any blowback and it would have been cool. But, hey, he had to do what he had to do. The president probably said, hey, or the AD probably told him like, hey, you got to say something to get this out there and get ahead of the situation. But you know what? All publicity is good publicity.
Oh, come on.
That's all I'm saying. Holler at Coach Simmons. Keep it up, my brother. Later.
Appreciate it. All publicity is good publicity. Unless you all corn and you can't play games with no trainer. You know what I'm saying? All publicity is good publicity unless you all corn and you can't play no games because you ain't got no trainer. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Light Skin Mr. Light Skin in the field. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's continue on. G, coming to you. What's up, G?
What's going on, Scotty?
What's up?
I was just thinking about everything. Now, as far as I know, they didn't violate no NCAA rules, and their apparel deal wasn't breached. And I agree with the last caller. How in the hell they got past security without they had to have cameras and everything, and getting off into the locker room. So that had to be on the inside. Either somebody from the coaching staff or one of the or players did it, because I used to do campus security when I was living in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd have been a fired ass. The dad went down.
I would have been gone.
Yeah, real gone. So, but yeah, it's like you're saying, man. Willie Simmons just willing it up again. ESPN wouldn't have made a big deal had he not said nothing.
I agree to that. I don't know. I wouldn't call. You know what, y'all gonna stop misusing my Willie going Willie. That's what I'm a really.
Hey man, I tell you what. Then I tell you what. Patent it, and we won't use it. All right, man, I'm gone.
Appreciate it, G. Y'all really gonna stop misusing my Willie going Willie, okay? Because that is not what it was meant for when I said Willie going Willie, okay? So I don't like that y'all using it all willy-nilly and y'all not using it correctly. All right. Let me go 5799, then I'm gonna go 0187, then 79993. Hey, call you live.
What's good, Scotty?
What's up?
Not much. As a FAMU alumni, I see both sides. I see both sides of the argument, and I can see why Willie wanted to take the approach that he did. But at the same time, with this being a dead period for the football team and, summer school ending and stuff, this is something that could have slid under the rug, and we could have just handled it in-house without having to make it so public and give everybody in your business, in my opinion.
I agree.
But at the same time, I understand why Willie wants to put the brand first and kind of CYA will get ahead of it because, you know, when stuff hits the fan and they come looking at you as the leader of men and all those little things that they like to say, they're going to try to get in front of it so he can say, hey, well, I told y'all this is happening. Don't try to put it on me. I did what I had to do. But
I agree. You preaching?
What I will say is I don't want to hear no excuses on September 3rd. No excuses at all. That's all I got to say, Scotty. I'm out.
Oh, man, appreciate the call. Listen, I don't think Willie ain't crazy now. Willie going Willie. But Willie ain't crazy. He ain't going to suspend nobody, okay? He ain't going to suspend. No, he might suspend activities. He might suspend shoes. He might suspend wearing visors for a week, but he is not suspending no players. Do you hear me when I'm talking about? He is not. He ain't crazy. All right. 0187 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What's up, Scott? How you doing?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, it's Terry out of Baton Rouge, dude.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Look, they jumped on my first part of what I wanted to say about him getting out in front of it. Mm-hmm. But I got that smoke from Mike, though. I'm from an old school head now. Because Mike came on and said, we need to do what? Get off YouTube or whatever? Well, let me say this. See, first of all, if it wasn't for the old heads, the new heads wouldn't have the ability to do what they're doing. Let's clear that up now. Number two, when that first started, they came out with political messages. They wasn't coming out with no garbage and no trash. You feel me? So when the NWA came out, they was talking about all the police brutality on the West Coast. Because I heard everybody mention NWA, NWA. But when you want to talk about how they started from all other stuff that was going on. Rodney King and all this other stuff. See, I'm an old school. I know what happened with this here. But old schoolers only dealt with that from a level of we could understand because we was in the South. We didn't see what was going on the West Coast unless you had CNN or something like that. Because back in the day, they had no 24-hour news station. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But with all of this other stuff going on, this music today, this rap is trash. It's garbage, point blank. And when you come down to a higher learning institution, that should not be attached to that. Let me clear that up right now. This is my other part. You do not put nobody's institution into no trashy video, period, point blank. And I know folk gonna be upset and they're gonna be mad. I could care less. I'm coming from the old school perspective. We don't have time to be sending out no negative things. Willie got a job to do. He got a team to lead. He got young men to lead to the next level, to be young men, to be productive in society. KJ said it best. Half of these fellas ain't going to the NFL. A lot of them got to go into the working environment. And a lot of these videos pop up when you go to get hired on interviews. They look at your Facebook. They look at your Twitter. They look at all that stuff. And they going to catch you on a video doing some stuff with somebody that's ratchet. Come on, man. We got to do better than this with this generation here. I'm going to give it to lit don't make it right. Let me say that right now.
I'll say this.
And I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to repeat that for the folk in the back. Because if lit don't make it right.
Okay. Listen. I get what you're saying because people who were a part of Freaknik with that documentary coming out, a lot of moms and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So let's not act like the 90s was just all roses and roses, you know what I'm saying? Smelling sweet roses. But what I'm saying is that I didn't see any football players in the background. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see any football players that I could recognize in the background. I thought it was his crew because the same people that were in the background at the FAMU video were the same ones at the gas station. So I just assumed that was his crew. Now, let me say this. Right. Even though you had, Fight the Power and you had all those type of guys, right? NWA still Public Enemies. NWA still made raunchy music. So it doesn't matter how it started, right? I could start preaching the gospel, right? And then I can go into backsliding and be in the streets. So it don't always matter how you started. It is what you've promoted. Right. And what you have pushed, and they have pushed an agenda of, calling women the bees, hoes, all that type of stuff. So, yes, you might say, hey, they started one way, right? Talking about their environment. But after a while, they flowed into something else. You know what I'm saying? So that has to be taken accountable as well. So I agree with you. The new music is trash. In my personal opinion, I think there's some artists that are pretty darn good, but I do think there's some artists that are absolutely trash. And Boston Richey, in my personal opinion, that song, I haven't heard all his music, but that song, absolutely garbage. Absolutely garbage.
Now, let me say, I agree with you that they did go to the left. I'm talking about NWA. Now, they did do that. I agree with you on that. Can't take that from you. But here's what I'm getting at with this here. They wasn't tied to any institutions either. See, you didn't tie them to a university and come on campus and put their music to a campus. You don't do that. I mean, I gotta go back to that because this is the problem.
Okay.
This is why they activities got canceled.
Okay.
So you don't do that.
I disagree with you.
So the lit don't make it right.
I disagree with you. Nobody had a problem with Snoop Dogg wearing USC material.
He wore the material. He wasn't on campus, was he?
Yeah, he's been at the practices. When Pete Carroll was there, he's been at the practices. He's walked with the players. You know, like Dr. Dre said.
Did he do a video? Did he do a video?
Come on, man. Like, that's not what you said.
Did he do a video?
That's not what you said, though. You said promote it. That's what you said.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this way then. Did he do a video with USC?
No, he didn't do a video at USC.
Okay, that's my point. That's what I'm getting at. I'm talking about on that perspective, not wearing the jersey. Anybody can wear a jersey. I ain't talking about anybody can be a practice. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about when you put a institution in a video, you're saying something. You're sending a different message besides just wearing the uniform the jerseys or being at practice. That's a different message.
How is that?
Kids are looking at that.
How is it a different message? I don't listen. I do not understand. Snoop Dogg is an icon. If Snoop Dogg is walking around and repping USC every opportunity that he gets, how is that not? If USC knows what Snoop Dogg used to rap about, knows Snoop Dogg is a weed head, and they're okay with him walking around promoting their institution, what is the difference of Boston Richey putting on for Tallahassee?
Okay, let me. I'm gonna, since you asked that question, I'm gonna give you an example. That's just like me walking into your home, right? And folks know what I God forbid I even say no. I don't want to use that example. Let me use something else. I'm finna go way in left field somewhere. But anyway, my point is, if I got a bad reputation or bad rap, I give it this way, and my rap is derogatory. When I come to your house and I start rapping in your front yard, I ain't gonna say Scotty affiliate himself with something like that. And this, that, and the other. Wait a minute, I thought Scotty didn't deal with stuff like that. And I'm saying all kinds of things in your front yard, and your neighbor's going, what? What's Scotty doing over here? They're gonna look at you different because I'm now not only you didn't wear my stuff, but now I'm at your house in your front yard putting on a show. It's different. It's gigantic different in interaction. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that with Snoop doing something for wearing a jersey, that's not a bad message according to what he represents, but a video is different. You're sending a visual message and they're looking at that and seeing that. That's why Willie had to get out in front of that. It was a derogatory thing. You can't do that according to an institution. You cannot.
Listen,
and I understand that the young generation see things different from us. So it's just this from an old school perspective. That's why I call in and say this from an old school mind.
Okay. I disagree because I don't see the difference. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this. What would have been the difference if they did that video and everybody had on FAMU gear, right? And they did it at a gas station. What is the difference?
If they had a difference, according to the lyrics, the content, the individual, what they represent, again, according to the institution. If they got on all FAMU jersey, you still sending a message about the institution.
What's the difference? Because you're complaining about them.
There is no difference.
So it's no different. So if you think that's no different, then if Snoop Dogg did a music video with USC memorabilia on that had nowhere near the school, that's the same thing as doing it on the school. I'm just asking a question.
I agree with you. That's the same difference to me, from my perspective.
So pretty much nobody can wear. So if it's a derogatory video, nobody should. If I'm FAMU, I would not approve that message because I need the promotion. You know what happened? Listen, you don't think NWA made Oakland Raider jackets cool because they walked around with them? You don't think the Oakland Raiders made money off of that? See, this is a.
You got to go back and look at the history of the Oakland Raiders. They were worse than NWA anyway.
Sir, you're not listen to what I'm.
Yes, sir.
Did Oakland Raiders not make money off NWA repping their material? That is a yes or no question.
Yeah, they did. They did. I can't take that from them.
Okay.
They did do that.
So why would? So I'm not understanding why FAMU or any other institution would get upset if a rapper promoted their brand in a video.
Okay, let me answer your question. Okay, the NFL is different from a university. Is that not true?
No, I disagree. I disagree.
Is that not true?
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
So you disagree that an institution of higher learning is different from the NFL?
Because the University of Miami, no, I disagree. I'm back to
we're gonna differ on that.
I disagree because the University of Miami made a lot of money off of Luke repping Miami. Okay, then. So what is the problem?
I just told you. I just answered your question. The answer to your question is because it's lit does not make it right. I would not allow that at an institution of higher learning. I would not allow that to be. And I'm with Willie on that. It should have never been. I agree. I know the younger generation is not going to receive that well. I knew that when I called.
It's not about
That's why I called in for the old school.
It has nothing to do with young or old. It has everything to do with. No, it does not. Because the University of Miami became cool when you had Luke and all the Miami kids repping the U the way they did. They made it an icon. Same thing with Georgetown. Georgetown paraphernalia was in every rap video in the 90s. Georgetown did not have a problem with that because it made them cool. So when you have FAMU put into multiple rap videos, it's not a bad thing regardless of the lyrics. It makes you cool. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. 1410 coming to you. Joe, I'm sorry, I'm coming to you next. Joe, go ahead. 1410, you live.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? This is Tony Dukes calling out of Atlanta. First off, congratulations on the wedding. I'm kind of with the gentleman who was just on, but I don't know if he explained himself too well. I think the issue is the branding. They don't want it to look like FAMU is promoting that. Of course, they need that exposure. I mean, they need that advertising. But with it being done on that FAMU campus in their locker room, I think that's the only issue they have with it. And as far as Willie, in this society we live in, they hitting that red stamp on everything. And I think he tried to control the narrative the best way he could by enforcing the punishment in fear of someone else coming and enforcing their own punishment. So if he can get out, that double jeopardy thing, double punishment thing, if he can get out and say, okay, I'm suspending all football activities, and he may do it for 2-3 weeks, and then it's back to business as usual, as opposed to letting someone else come in and who knows what they're gonna do, because that thing could go way left.
I appreciate the call, Mr. Dukes, but I'm gonna say this: it's not the football it's not the football team's fault that they. So let me ask the people here, because everybody's like unauthorized. It's not the football team's fault that it's not their job. It is not the football team's job to keep people out of the field house. That is not their job. Their job is to play football at FAMU and rep the school in a respectable manner. Their job is to not sit in front of the field house and check everybody's credentials. That is on the institution of FAMU to do their job. So at the end of the day, that Willie Simmons wants to get out in front of it, that's all noble for Willie. But at the end of the day, it is not FAMU football players' jobs to make sure, are you authorized to be in here? That's not their job. If that's the case, pay them more money to do security as well. And,
yeah, you're right.
And let's just say this, right? Let's just say this. If, let's say, in the locker room that they thought was supposed to be locked up, that they left their equipment out, they left their helmet out, they left their shoulder pads out, is that on the football players? That's not. He left his stuff where it's supposed to be in the locker room, right? And now you have a rapper who grabs it and puts it on and shoots a music video. It is not the football team's fault. It is security. But Willie Simmons can't come out and say FAMU security is ass, that they couldn't keep a rapper out of my locker room. He can't say that. So he has to take the noble way and put it on himself and the football team. But it's not their fault. It is actually the institution's fault.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I know it's not the football player's fault, but at the same time, that same thing goes for, let's say, booster violations. That's not the football team's fault either. That you got some $1 billion booster out here throwing money at a football player, and you basically punish the whole team.
Hey, like you said,
it's not their fault, but that's just how it goes, and that's what I'm thinking Willie was looking at, that, hey, I think this thing can go way left. Let me get out. It ain't my guy's fault, but the NCAA or whoever's in charge of all of that, they won't look at it that way.
Hey, appreciate the call.
So let's just be honest. These guys are clueless up there. So,
as usual, FAMU being FAMU. All right, N.O. Joe, and then 7034, and then I see you, Bobby, and 79993. I see you guys. I'm coming to you guys. Go ahead, N.O. Joe.
Hey, we're going to ask a couple of things I'm going to touch on. Let's talk about it after the bumper.
I can't stand you.
I always want to say that. All right. Number one, if it was any popular rapper, Snoop Dogg, Trina, any one of these rappers singing any other kind of song about shake their ass or rape the bitch and do all this shit, it wouldn't have been a problem.
None.
What I see here is a great hike video. I'd have took that same video, chopped it up with the music, and put my football players in it at practice. Now I'd have created a great hike video. The only thing this one thing I think all HBCUs should take. Willie Simmons did great PR. He jumped in front of a problem before it got big. HBCUs should take that great PR Willie Simmons did. That's all I gotta say, man. Old school was off the mark. Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Old school was off the mark. Because I could take a FAMU helmet, a FAMU jersey, and shoot it in front of store. Can't nobody say a goddamn thing.
Nobody can say nothing to you.
Can't nobody can say nothing. And that's not his first time in the field house. From what I heard, he's always around. He's been around the FAMU football team, been on FAMU campus a lot. So that's all I gotta say, man.
No problem. Appreciate it. He a Tallahassee native. He probably he knows, man. He knows what that thing look like. 7034 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, Scotty, what's going on, man? Congratulations on the wedding and all that good stuff.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
But listen, man, here's a funny story about what you said about us old heads and how we forget how we was once young heads. I was in the car with my daughter, and she was doing something, and she said, "Dad, they was cussing when you was my age on music too." And I said, "You know what? You absolutely right." Then I thought about what you said, man. Back in the day in college in 1990, we tried to come out. We thought it was cool. That's why I understand what these kids was doing. They thought it was cool. So our song we was gonna run out to was on the In for Life album, NWA, when they go 1990 and 1. And so we thought that was real cool. So the first time we played it, the crowd got hyped. And man, the old school, old heads just shut the whole thing down. So I get what the kids was trying to do. They thought it was cool because that's what they listened to. So they thought it was cool. And also, around the same time in college, we had a $200, which was a lot of money back in the 90s, Pop That Coochie contest. The winner of no, dog, it ain't got funny yet. The winner of the Pop That Coochie contest is the first lady at my church.
You lying!
Not lying, dude. But the point is that they don't grow up and change too. They gonna grow up and change. And we just got to give them the space to let them do what we had to go through it too. I don't listen to that kind of music now, but you best believe back then in the day, I was listening to NWA going hard in the paint. But I've evolved. I'm a grown man now, so I don't really listen to it. But when I was their age, I did, because that's what you do when you're that age. But that's a true story. She the first lady of my church. She won to pop that coochie contest.
Oh,
but I'm just saying, man. Dude, I'm just saying, kids gonna be kids because that's what they do, and they gonna change. They gonna grow up, and hey, man, it's gonna be all right.
Oh man.
But Willie ain't gonna suspend nobody because he already know the JSU getting their ass, he's done. So he ain't gonna suspend nobody. But anyway, man, congratulations on everything, man. Good calling in to you. I'm one of your number one fans, and I will continue to listen. Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much for the call. Oh my God. I wanted to ask him what his church is so bad. He said the first lady in my church wanted to pop that coochie contest. Say what? Oh man, the pastor is winning, okay? The pastor is winning. But see, that's the type of stuff you gotta go through. Like when somebody knows what your girl used to do. When somebody know what your girl used to do. Anyway, Bobby, coming to you. Oh my God. What's up, Bobby?
I still laugh about the first lady, bro. Well, but I want to because I know some people when they speak about what's going on and why Willie responded the way they did, they have no FAMU hours. People like talk about SWAC hours. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no FAMU hours, and I get it. So he probably got a phone call saying, "Did you know about a video?" And Willie's first response was probably, "What video?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
So he is responsible for the building. What happens in the building? I'm talking about that happens in your building and you're responsible for it. You have to then make something happen, because now somebody's going to say you have no control over your program. How it just happened, you were totally unaware. So he made the statement and suspended football operations. That's not a football team. That's everything football. We're going to lock down this building and figure out how these people got in. Because when people think video, a lot of people think like these big cameras. No, you can do it with a Canon, what is it now, 90D?
Yeah, a little DSLR.
And a
DSLR,
lens,
yeah.
And a little rig, and you good. And that's the stuff you can fit in a backpack. So it could have been 3 people, crew-wise, with a backpack, a mic, and you know what I'm saying? Lights in the building. But how did they get in the building? Which is an issue. And for people that never been to FAMU's campus, FAMU's football parking lot is open. The field house isn't fenced in. There's, you can go walk straight from the street to the field house.
Yeah.
So it's all about how the person got into the field house.
Absolutely.
So if you're responsible for the building, then you have to then lock down the building to figure out how this happened. Because honestly, I really feel like Willie could give 2 craps about the video, about the song. Because we're talking about FAMU here.
Yeah.
For all my FAMU people that's watching, we listen to Gorilla Zoe during the football games, hood, and there's a whole hood Negro, and there's a whole line dance that you see FAMU students and alumni doing a whole line dance to hood Negro. By Gorilla Zoe. You know what I mean? So it can't be about the song. It's about the breach of the building and how Willie didn't know that it was happening. I bet you if somebody went to him beforehand, he'll probably said no. But he would probably gave us some apparel to do the video in.
Yeah,
it's the fact that nobody said anything.
Just do it at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it at the gas station. We'll give you all the
right. Do it at the gas station down the street.
Yeah,
you good.
That's
I give you some apparel. Here you go.
Yeah, that's real.
But it was just the fact that it happened the way it happened. I mean, it's all jokes. It's all fun. I get it. When something happens in FAMU, Jackson State fans, I know y'all catch a lot of hell. So I get it. It's cool. But on a serious note, from an administrative standpoint, it's a building that he's responsible for. Something happened that he was unaware of, so he had to make a statement so that he didn't seem like he didn't have any control
of his program.
That's good, Bobby, man. I appreciate the call. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give us that FAMU insight. I like that. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, it's all good. Y'all be easy.
All right, boy. Hey, listen. Let me say something. Shout out to Bobby for the breakdown. Let me say something. You know the one thing about old heads that kill me, and Dave, I don't know, Dave is on that borderline between the old head and kind of like my age or whatever, but they love to say they era was different. Nah, Ninja, it was all the same. It was all the same. It was all the same. Everybody twerking. They just called it the Pop That Coochie contest. Instead of it being called a twerk contest, a twerking contest, they called it what it was. Pop that coochie. Pop that coochie. Pop that coochie, baby. Pop the coochie. Pop that coochie, baby. I wanna rock. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Crazy. 2713 coming to you.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Scotty?
I'm good. Turn your background down for me.
Okay, let me turn down. Okay, I'm sitting and listening to all this about a video. You know, last year nobody talked about it. It wasn't like that. You know, they had a video that this guy went to Jackson State and did, right?
Yeah.
He had people. He had people in the staff from Jackson State in the video. He had the cheerleaders. He had the band personnel in the video, right?
Yeah.
Only somebody got mad about it was the people over in Louisiana, because they said, why you do a video over here at Southern, right?
Yeah.
But the video became a real big video over here in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, they had it all on YouTube and everything. I think what the problem was that the guy didn't go. What he should did went to Willie Simmons. That when Simmons went to the administration, got everybody involved in it like they did at Jackson State, then it wouldn't have been no problem. Only problem with him, with Jackson State, was that the fact that it was done at Jackson State and not over at Southern. That was the big problem was. That was the big complaint was. That was the only people complaining was people over in Louisiana about it, you know. But other than that, and it was a good video. And in fact, I enjoyed watching it. You know,
yeah,
he had everybody in it. You know, everybody said one thing he didn't have in there. He didn't have no football players. It was all other people though in there, even the staff, members of the staff, and all that was in the video. And wasn't no big thing, but like I said, that was the only big thing was because Louisiana and Mississippi just don't get along, right?
Yeah,
and that's just where it is. It's gonna be that way, you know. That's when Southern and Jackson State is such a big heated rivalry. Because I remember when I worked over there in Louisiana, right? If Louisiana, that state was doing something better than Mississippi, just a little bit. I don't care if they were at the bottom of the heap. I'll give you an example. They said the poorest state, right?
Yeah.
Well, if Mississippi was 49 and Louisiana was 48, well, the people in Louisiana, they were happy with that. Right?
Yeah.
That's just where it was, you know. But I think the way he did it, what he should have did, he's gonna do a video. He should have got with Willie Simmons, should have got with and then got with the staff and got with all the people that and people with the people that's over the athletic department and everything, and let everybody know. Everybody know that. Look, if you go back and look at the videos, right?
I'm sorry, man. I gotta let you go. I was getting text messages. It sounded, it was just too much going on for me. Let me see. 7993, then Bridges coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Yo, Scotty, what's up? This is David. I'm calling from my other phone. I should have called you the other one. Maybe I got picked up early.
Yeah, man, y'all can't be changing up numbers on me, man. Sure, you changing up numbers.
Yo, first of all, why you acting like Boston Richey don't look like a linebacker recruit for FAMU? Like he couldn't just walk right past security desk, just like with a football player and everything. Like everybody acting like it's a big issue. He looked like one of the guys, one of the players.
Fair.
His crew looked like one of the players, one of the guys. I mean, especially if it's somebody that y'all seen. Like you ain't about to be the security guard that stopped Boston Richey from coming in the locker room. Then you about to get fired. You don't think you gonna get fired from that?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You know, everybody look like they're on the team. You know, everybody got dreads in Florida, so it's just everybody look like everybody.
he walked. I mean, everybody acting like it's something where he just like broke into the White House or something. He walked up in the football locker room, probably with some football players. I mean, honestly, the thing about it, it definitely could have been done differently. I mean, they could have had the video at FAM. They could have done it at FAM, but it's just a situation of how they did it. Crime Mob did Rock Your Hips at the AUC. They shot that video there.
Oh, wow.
But the thing about it is they did it differently. You can take out some of that imagery of the school and people can still know the video, the school is a part of the video without just doing the most. And I mean, even if just to have somebody that's just from the FAMU team that reaches out to them, they could have been like, okay, if y'all gonna do this video here, how about you just try to make this song with as less cussing as possible, or at least make your scenes that are in the video when you do your edit not be the ones where you're cursing in. It's stuff as simple as that could have decreased the response from this. So it's just having somebody on your team that just knows how to handle it. And I'm glad your man said this, because everybody acting like they came in with a crew about 15 to shoot this. They're not living in 2023. This probably was all of one person. It with exactly what he said, did exactly what they did, and a lot of this was just done in post. And you know that just from your editing ability. So it ain't no big deal. I mean, honestly, Willie Simmons is all in his right to make a statement. But I mean, his statement about suspending football, I mean, it's just what it looks like to us. He could ultimately, they could have put out a comment, made it seem like, okay, we don't agree with this, but we knew about this. And I mean, the world would have never known. The world would never know.
The world would never know.
No.
The world would never know.
They could have handled it quietly, got some money, edited a video, dropped another video. And the thing about it, it's just so crazy. Like, the girl from LSU was in the whole video with Lotto them, but it's like they could have done this differently. They could have had FAMU players represented in his video. He didn't have to be in the locker room. I mean, it's those little things. Like, they could have had the representation. So everybody acting like it's just a terrible thing. It's not a terrible thing. I mean, if anything, had the guys run a little more. I mean, let them know if y'all want to do this, y'all need to go through the proper channels. But the message you don't need to put out there is that no rapper has no access to any HBCU. We don't want your kind around here because nothing you're doing aligns with what we're doing. You don't want to do that because that's just unnecessary.
Unnecessary as well. Hey, man, Dave, appreciate the call as always, my boy.
Yeah, most definitely, man. You enjoy yourself.
You. Listen, man, I think that's the thing for me. That is my only issue with it. Is like, I want to get behind it, but the song sucks. I want to know what these kids be listening to, because it don't make no sense. Like, it don't make no sense. The song is called Send the Blitz, and the next time you talk about the Blitz or whatever is at the end of the song when you say Send the Blitz. Like, the song is so trash. Bridges, coming to you.
God, I ain't gonna say too much about the song because I don't even know what the song talking about. So I ain't even listened to the song, so I can't even.
You ain't listen to the song?
Something. No, I know, Scotty. I heard the song, but I didn't listen to it. It's two different things. I heard the song.
That makes sense.
I didn't listen to the song.
I
don't want to comment about somebody's song that I ain't sat down and fully digest. So that's what I'm trying to get you. Number two, for all y'all old folk out there, these boys didn't have no guns. These boys didn't have no drugs. These boys ain't sniffing no coke. They ain't around no females acting out their ass. They ain't did none of that stuff. So, boys out there, I applaud you for acting like you had some home training. That's number one that we need to look at. Number two, did you do wrong? Yes, they did wrong. Because, Scotty, I was talking to somebody the other day. That's like your daddy telling you can have a house to yourself as long as you let me know who come in my house. And guess what, Scotty? You broke the one rule that your daddy had. You broke one rule that the coach had. You didn't tell who came in the house. That's all they had to do is tell the coach who came in the house. Because Boston Richey done been in the locker room plenty of times.
Yeah, I heard about that.
In and out. Yeah, in and out the locker room plenty of times. So, like, man, they just broke that one rule. They just really broke that one rule. Then the third thing about the video is, I don't know, for me, like, if you're going to do a locker room video,
I try to do something more, you know, a little bit less cussing, you know, just try to before, you know, put a pad and paper, you know what I'm saying?
Try to put two bars together. How about that? How about try to put two words that actually rhyme together? Come on, man.
No. We can get it. Try to put a subject and a verb together. Scotty, we can break this down into subjects and verbs and similes and metaphors. We can go all the way with it now. I'm telling you, go all the way with it now to elementary school. Shoot, but you know, but besides from that, for him to shut the facility, I see why he shut the facilities down. He just don't. He wanted his control of the mess that happened, so that's why he shut it down. Nobody has got suspended yet. Nobody has gotten in trouble from what I know, or you may know more. But just shut it down so he can get this under wraps and have football on his mind at the end of the day. And that's really all I got to say, Scotty.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, though, B.
All right.
Listen. I can't stand this person. I don't even know who this person is, but I can't stand this person. It's about the university. What a part of y'all missing? It's about the image. Like, people love to say that, but they sound so dumb when they say that. Because it was about the image. A lot of stuff that gets out, you shouldn't want getting out. Like how you had 26 players ineligible. That is 10 times worse than a music video. Or how about that you ain't got a trainer? That's 10 times worse. Like, let's not play this game like a music video with a rapper who comes to your homecoming or has been around and saying some cuss words and talking about having a girl suck this, stick that, or whatever is a bad image when you had 26 Bamas ineligible. If you supposed to be for higher education and you got 26 Bamas on your team ineligible, that's not making much sense to me. That is 10 times worse than Boston. What type of name is Boston Richey, my dude? You're from Florida. How does Boston Richey, how does that name even come about? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's 10 times worse than a Boston Richey making a rap song in a football. Come on, man. Y'all just be making shit up. Hey, Yard Talk coming to you.
Hello?
Oh, yeah. 0851 coming to you. My bad. I thought you somebody else.
How you doing today? Great show. I think the only problem with this is, like the last caller said, it's about permission. Because, I mean, and the only thing different between what happened at FAMU and what happened at Southern and Jackson and Alcorn in the 98 is social media. The world is different as far as media.
Mm-hmm.
And if you compound that with the fact that they have a strike in Hollywood on production in Florida is a union state, that means you got production work going on, and it was non-union wages being paid. But, you know, Willie had to get in front of it because the permission wasn't granted. I mean, like, nobody right now, really, a lot of people don't know who Boston Richey is. But can you imagine 1994? Everybody and mama knew who Shaq was. And for him to pull that white Lexus up in the back of Southern Campus in front of Jones and Bowley Hall and pop the trunk and start blasting music. Mystical was a cheerleader, part of the crowd in the band.
Yeah.
And they stand in a circle and rapping in the cypher or Fiend and Servo pulling on campus in that purple Camaro, bumping 12s, doing their music. Silk the Shocker coming on campus in their Lexus, bumping music, doing what he doing. Chicky Black stopping traffic from the quadrangle, bouncing in the middle of the street. Everybody gathered around. I mean, the only difference is social media is a thing now. So it's a good image. I mean, even Prime used that at Jackson by bringing Dolph and all these other people on campus to show, hey, our school is on par. Our school is hot. This is what you should be. And that's all. That's what I'm seeing at. I mean, it's just they didn't have permission. He didn't go through the right door to come on campus and do his thing.
Very simple. Very simple. Hey, appreciate the call as always. Listen, man. It is funny if you're on Twitter, a lot of people are promoting the Oregon video that like the rappers are rapping at Oregon or whatever. So you could say, okay, Scotty, they got permission, but they talking about the same explicit stuff. So like that's let me see if I can get this because I want because to me it's like this. If you ask for permission, it should not stop you from getting it, right? Because if I look at it like this, if Oregon says it's cool, I mean, I'm just saying, man. I think some things are just is overreacting, man. Y'all better be overreacting. Let me see. Let me take this over here. Take this over. All right, so this is, and that song was trash too, exactly.
About to put this shit in $1,000 white pants, got me watching what I sit on.
I'm in Go Yard finna wrap the newest belt around my hip bone.
I'm in Fendi grabbing everything my size, I should have been gone.
Last night I fucked around and pulled a 5, I should have been up. It was 24 feature, but it went up. I had to stop sharing my love.
Like, they got the biggest O in the world in the background of the video. So to me, if Oregon approved this, right, which probably they did, but my thing is this: Oregon sees the value, and these rappers are unknown, okay? Unknown. So, I'm just saying, man. And Oregon don't need the money. Oregon does not need the money. FAMU kind of does. Just saying. I'm just saying. You know, I'm on that bandwagon of all publicity is good publicity as long as it's not a scandal, right? As long as your president ain't sleeping with somebody, as long as your school ain't embezzling money, as long as your school ain't making some jacked up contract, I'm on the bandwagon of all publicity is good publicity. Unless your school, you know, can't get a trainer or can't pay for their Adidas shoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, other than that, I'm good. I'm good with it. Mr. Bugs, coming to you.
Scotty, what's going on, B-Town? How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Man, first and foremost, man, if I agree with the premise of publicity as that you just said, but damn it, can we get some good publicity? I mean, the song was, I can't comment on how bad that song was. Damn the dude's name. Could they have gotten somebody like a Masterpiece, somebody that got a name? These bubblegum popcorn rappers, man, in today's time frame. I mean, get on the beat. Can we please rhyme a little bit, bruh? I mean, as Mr. Campbell said accurately, it was filmed on somebody's iPhone, man. Not the new iPhone, the older iPhone itself, man. It was just trash, man. It was just bad. If we gonna do some publicity, I'm rocking with you. We on one. Can we at least make it good, y'all? Come on, we can do better than Boston. But I don't remember the dude's name. Is it Boston Market? What's his name?
Boston Market. I love me some Boston Market. But it's Boston Richey. But I would have took Kodak Black, right? I'll take Kodak Black. I like Kodak Black. I think Kodak Black really be rapping. You know what I'm saying? But these young dudes in the mumble rap, it's just not my thing, man. It's just not my thing. So
I'm gonna go and say it. This was somebody within the FAMU unit, not affiliated with the school. Maybe a fan of some sort, trying to duplicate Prime and with the Dolph situation. And it's, man, come on, y'all.
I don't think it's that. I think because he's from Tallahassee, and from what I've been told, he be around FAMU all the time. So I don't think it's anything to like try to copy Prime or anything like that. I really just think that, you know, it's like this, right? Like, I'm from Maryland. So if my high school or University of Maryland wanted me, I would feel honored. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the city. That's my city. You know what I'm saying? So,
but Scotty, I mean, the dude sound like somebody's uncle on the side of the road trying to bump for some money.
But but if I'm Boston Richey, you're not my audience. You know, the kids that are in college, they rock with me. So I'm like a superhero. I'm like a superstar when I walk on campus. You know what I'm saying? And for him, that, you know, for kids like that works. Like my man Mike said, he went to Dallas and sold out his venue in Dallas. So he's popular.
Oh, you did?
You know what I'm saying? He's popular. We know you're not at the venue. Okay, we know you're not at that venue. Okay,
I'm rocking with you, but I don't know those names. So I'm calling this name, not to disrespect them, Boston Market. I don't know him at all. I don't care to know the music at all. It's just, what I'm saying is the mumble rap, man. We got to do better. We got to do better, man. That's why I was saying, what were they really trying? In your opinion, were they really trying to kind of duplicate what Coach Prime was doing with Dolph?
Negative.
Or was this just a?
Nah,
am I off?
Nah, I don't think it was because
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it was because Dolph and Shador had their own relationship, and Dolph and Dion had their own relationship. So it wasn't like the players brought in Dolph. Dolph and Dion and Shador all had their own relationships outside of that. So because if you go back and watch some of Dolph's old stuff, he did a video at Prime's house, like 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So so they already had their own relationship. So now it's totally different. But how I look at it is a local kid putting on for his school in his community, because if it happened at Florida State, don't get me wrong, he probably don't rep Florida State like that, but he probably do. It's in Tallahassee, he probably rep them or whatever, but he a FAMU dude, so you know what I'm saying. He probably have family that go there, so I don't have a problem with him repping for his city because I would do the same thing if it happened.
Can we rep on the beat though and rhyme? Like literally rap, not talk about bubblegum popcorn type of stuff. Can we literally make sure he can rhyme and also he's on the beat? Any schools want to duplicate this, please make sure that the performer can rhyme. I mean, like literally rhyme.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Stay on the beat.
I'm gonna say this. If you got to pick the halftime entertainment and you brought in Master P, Bama's will be like, "Are you serious right now?" Like nobody wants to, nobody cares about somebody saying make them say And let's not act like Silk the Shocker was rapping. That Bama was garbage. Okay, he was ass. So let's keep it a buck.
You right, bro.
Okay, I'm about to say, let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. All right, appreciate the call.
I'll fall back. All right, bro. Thanks,
no problem. I say, let's not talk. Silk the Shocker was ass. Okay. Hey, what's up, Mike?
Bro, all y'all old people, stop, bro. Stop. Yeah, please. Can y'all please just stop, bro? Stop. Like Scotty, like you been saying to these kids, Boston, Richey, lit. You may not like the music. That means you too old for it. Like y'all old people say, you don't know nothing about this. You too young for this.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know nothing about this. Y'all too old for this. So stop. And them old rappers weren't talking about shit back in the day. A hip, a hop, prohibited. What the fuck he was talking about? So stop coming on here, bro, talking about these rappers, bro. To the kids, Boston Richey is lit, bro.
Oh my God.
He lit to them. It's their generation. You may not understand it and just be cool with it. Don't judge it.
I'm judging. That Bama can't rap. I'm sorry, no. I'm just like
got it. Richey lit, Scott. Richey lit. Richey lit.
Listen, lit and can rap are two different things.
They love him.
Listen,
they love him, Scott.
Lit and can rap are two different things. Okay, I'm not saying he's not lit. Okay, I feel like an old person. I'm not saying he's not lit. Okay,
you borderline old person right now.
I'm not saying he's not litty. Okay, I'm not saying he's not litty, as the young folks would say.
But do you listen to his music? Let me ask you that. Do you listen to his music?
No.
Exactly. Go listen to Boston Richey.
Go give me a song. Give me a song to play that I can go back. Yeah, because this ain't the one. Okay, Send the Blitz is Send the Ghost Rider. Because that ain't it. So give me a track that I can play. Because I'll play it on here. I'll take the copyright. It don't bother me. So
let me hold on. Let's see. Let me pick one of his best songs.
Yeah. Get a good one. Get a good one.
Keep dissing probably like his hottest song in the club.
Keep dissing.
Keep dissing.
Keep dissing.
Yeah, keep dissing.
Keep with Lil Durk.
Keep dissing
with Lil Durk.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play. You want to stay on, or you want what you want to do?
I'll stay on.
Okay.
All
right, I'll stay on. Let's get it right here. Keep dissing. Let's see what they talking about.
Let go. Hey, man, pack that shit up, man. We gotta get up out this bitch.
I'll blow that shit, bitch. I ain't stingy. You can slide around with Boston if your talk different. Every time I turn around, they say I'm missing. Wanna know how niggas die? Niggas keep dissing, but I don't get in there. I'm steady wrapping up them chickens. I wanna hit the booth, but I'm stuck up in them trenches. I been at 5, but I won't cease her with me like I'm Nipsey. Fucking hoes and kicking doors, that's just how we living. She don't pop the Adderall, now she say she miss me. She gon' pull up, eat it all, only when she tilts it. Run a circle around these hoes, treat them like a frisbee. Why the fuck these IG hoes always trying to tilt me? Damn, I swear I hate a bitch, who on all the attention. Bitch, you trippin', I got enough cheese, I could buy a Richey. I told my dog don't pop no more, them years she be in his feelings. I'm trying to fly out the turf, but then this bitch, they trippin'. You know I left her feeling hurt, I can feel the tension. Tired of putting niggas on and they don't do nothing with it. I'm tired of niggas saying they own, but they don't never spend it. I'm tired of bitches shaking ass, get mad when I won't hit it. I blow that shit, bitch, I ain't stingy. You can slide around with Boston if your talk different. Every time
I'll give you that one. That's pretty fire. I didn't go. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. I didn't go fake on you. I ain't go fake on you. That's pretty fire. The lyrics ain't there. You know what I'm saying? But it's not bad. It ain't bad. It's if it came on, I would listen to it. It ain't bad. The beat's hot. The beat's fire. The beat's fire.
Yeah, but my point is, like, people getting on here saying, talking about they don't understand the music these days. And it's cool if you don't understand it, but don't bash it, because for these kids, that shit lit to them. They love it. They eating it up.
Yeah.
I'm just fortunate. I'm just fortunate because I'm in the nightlife, I'm in the entertainment industry, to know that this is what they like, you know.
That's fair. No, I mean, listen. People love when I talk bad about JSU, so I'm gonna keep giving it to them. Okay. I'm for the people. Nah, I'm messing with you, but a lot
of people surprised at my take about it, because I was like, see, that shit lit, bro.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Listen, the Cinder Bliss is trash. Okay, I don't care what nobody says. Cinder Bliss is trash, but that keep him dissing me, dissing you. I don't know what he said, but it's fire. I give it that. It's fire. It's fire. Now you know who I can't stand? Young NBA. It's nothing. His voice irritate me. His voice irritate. He sound real screechy and stuff. So and he always about to kill somebody. And he listen. His music makes you, like, if you were in the right headspace, you would kill yourself. Like that's how I feel when I listen to Young NBA boy. I'm like, man, this dude will make you kill yourself. Like, but anyway, I'm just.
I don't know, Scott. He got them going crazy. He got them in the chokehold.
Yeah, something wrong with that kid. But all right, Mike.
Mr. Campbell, Mr. Campbell, if you listening, can you please call in?
He on here.
Want to hear from you, Mr. Campbell.
He on here. He just called in.
Oh, okay. Hey, click him on the line, Nick. Scott, let me get off.
All right. All right, man. Appreciate you. KP, I see you. FAMU, KJ, I see you. I'm gonna go with Mr. Campbell real quick. All right, since everybody been asking for him. All right, what's up, Mr. Campbell? You live?
Yeah, can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, man. I told you to text me when you gonna have this show. I told you that, and you did. Now I just have to.
I thought
that's all right.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right, listen. First of all, let me say this. If you were born in the 20th century, sit this conversation out, okay? Because you sound like an old head, and you guys need to stop it. Because I'm going to give you some old head reflective. Because when I was in college, Scotty, you know what groups were out? NWA. You know what NWA stand for? Niggas with attitude. You know, my grandma said, I can't believe y'all listen to that. You know who else was out? Luke. And we were dancing and shaking our behinds all to that. And my grandma never lost their mind, because in the great words of Mrs. Farrakhan, they had Supremes and Marvelettes. Y'all got bees with problems and hoes with attitude. Things change, man. That music ain't for us. It's for them kids that was bopping in that field house. And this is my thing to all my FAMU people. And this is what bothers me about this. This is the same music that they play on the practice field.
Thank you.
That they play in the field house. And guess what? Play at the homecoming concerts. So if you got a problem with this, then we need to have a bigger conversation about rap, period. Because don't come to me, oh my God, he's in FAMU, he's doing this. And then guess what? It's the same music they playing on the practice field. Same music with the same lyrics. So why are you not offended when it's played in the field house, and when it's played on the practice field, and when it's on the homecoming concert? See, I don't understand that. So my thing is too, well, he didn't get permission. He didn't get this. You know what people mad about? It's the lyric. Because that boy came in there singing gospel or singing something uplifting, FAMU would have been promoting it.
Yeah.
FAMU would have been one. Look at what it is. So we just need to really stop on this, because this is what bothers me when we have this schizophrenia about rap. Because guess what? The Pandora have been out the box for 30 years. They say all types of stuff. So if you're offended by it, I totally get it. Should he been on FAMU campus? Yeah, I get it. I understand it. It doesn't look good. But again, you can't be hypocritical and say one way you don't like what he's saying and you playing it in your car the next 5 minutes. Come on, man. We got to stop this. That's the thing about it. And I'm talking to all these old heads. They go right down there, and guess what, Scott? When we go down there to homecoming, you know what they're going to be shaking their behind to? Luke. Bend your ass over and spread it wide. But you can't home FAMU. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. You're going to be playing Dr. Dre. You're going to be playing all that cursing and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying, man. We got to have a bigger, because see, the thing about it is, again, this is where our culture has gone down to, where now it's just acceptable. This is the language that those kids speak. So did those kids think anything wrong? Why do they think anything when they play the same music in the field house all day?
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't believe they got this guy in there doing that. And then I'm going to give everybody a flashback. You know who wore stuff? Luke wore University of Miami shit all over the place.
Thank you.
All over the place. You know the most popular soul starter jacket? It was a U because of Luke. And God knows we know what Luke was saying. And you know the only reason why Luke didn't film no video is because camcorders cost $2,000 back then. Not everybody and their mama can make a whole full video and movie off an iPhone. So yeah, that kid could do that. Because you know what, Scott? That probably took him all of 30 minutes to really do that video on an iPhone, honestly.
Facts.
It wasn't like he was in there with no Benny Boom movie set. He came in there, he walked around, he did his rap, and then the half of it was outside by a gas station. How hard is that? Come on, man. Like I said, this just bothers me because of the hypocrisy that I see. And then again, the old heads, they should have had this. They should have had Master P. It don't listen to what Master P was saying. My grandma lost her mind when she heard me playing Master P. And you referencing Master P? Really? Come on. Are we serious? But you know, I can't deal with this on this level. So my thing is, no, from a political standpoint, yeah, I totally get it. And Willie had to write the letter, and you know what, and stuff. But guess what the funny thing is? What did he say? Suspended football activities?
Yeah.
It ain't no football activity going on. Practice ain't started. So what he suspended? All he do is lifting weights. So this is a much to do about nothing. Nothing at all. Because again, if FAMU cares, because God, I'm gonna tell you this, and we're gonna rebuild this. You know how the homecoming list comes out?
Yeah.
In the next 3 weeks, we're gonna see all the performers that's gonna perform in homecoming. And guess what? They're all gonna be rappers that curse. Every last one of them. And then somebody told me, which I don't believe, and I need somebody to confirm this. Oh, when they come to the homecoming, they perform the radio edits. That ain't what happened when I was down at Grambling. Lil Wayne, when I was at Jackson State, he dang shouldn't perform no radio edit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you know, if they're telling me that, when the city girls didn't curse, okay, well, you know what? I wasn't there. But I have been to homecoming concert, and you know what they happen at homecoming concert, Scotty? They curse. So if you're going to let them come on your camp, and you paying them money, and then you're going to act a fool, and like I say again, I understand it wasn't authorized and all that. But my point is, the bigger point is the hypocrisy of this and the outrage and the people. And I'm gonna make one last point. And here's the thing to my Jackson State people. Y'all need to shut up. Because when Deion Jr. was making videos at Jackson State at the game, he used the N-word more than the Ku Klux Klan. He was saying the N-word so much, even the Ku Klux Klan was like, damn, we don't say it that much. Am I lying, Scotty? Am I lying? Good job, N-word. Touchdown. Boy, we at practice. Good job, N-word. Boy, these N-words are doing it up. On Jackson State campus.
Oh, man. Oh, Jesus.
I'm telling you that, boy. I'm serious, man. I thought when you cut on his video, you thought you was at a Klan rally. So stop it with the fake, because he did that, and he did that for a whole year and a half until them old people were like, please stop saying every 5 minutes N-word, N-word, N-word
Jesus.
in front of the Jackson State logo. But y'all didn't say nothing about that. Did we see no big 8-9 videos about that, Scotty?
No.
Did we see football activity suspended? And this is the coach's son.
Oh, man.
The coach's son. And this is in Mississippi where that word really means something. So I'm going to give y'all that for free. I ain't going to charge you for that. So stop with your hypocrisy. All right, man, I'm out.
All right, Mr. Campbell, appreciate the call. Oh, man. He said, I thought I was at a Klan rally. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to take a few more calls, and then we're going to get up out of here. All right. 2790 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hello. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, that's just to show you that we tolerate anything in the black community, right?
How
when
so?
we gonna set some standards on it, right?
Okay.
What you do in your bedroom, you don't want to be exposed, right?
Yeah.
You just got some private stuff that you keep in house, right?
Yeah.
So this man just got on the phone and said, we tolerate anything in the black community. We have no standards. Even though we do wrong, we still want to learn to do right. We still want to practice indecency behavior, right? So when we gonna set standards? I mean, but as far as, let me ask you a question. Was the issue about this guy filming on campus? Because that's a public institution, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm looking at the legal ramification. You can film within public property as long as you go within classrooms or disrupt the student environment.
Negative. You can't. Okay, so in the state of Florida, you're allowed to videotape inside your classroom. Outside the classroom, you need a permit. So you got to get a permit.
Okay, so anywhere on campus in the state of Florida, within public access, you have to have a permit.
Yeah, so that's a public park. That's a beach. Now, if you get caught, you know what I'm saying? If you don't get caught, then you don't get caught. But officially,
so if I'm walking around doing a documentary on the campus, then I gotta get permission.
You gotta get permission because Florida is a two-person state, right? So like you have other states that when you record somebody, you only need permission from one side. Florida's a two-sided state, so you need permission from both sides. That's why you gotta get that stuff approved. But go ahead.
Okay, I got you. But I think the bigger issue is here, and we just can't, expose all our filth and debauchery to the public. You know what I'm saying? Some of this stuff has to be, carteled and Deion's son did his thing at Jackson State, and that was inappropriate, and that was foul. Deion should have checked him himself as well as the faculty administration. But some things we just can't continue to tolerate in the black community.
Let me ask you this.
I mean, this is just...
let me ask you this, because you say we shouldn't tolerate it in the black community, right? And I know I'm taking this a little bit deeper than the conversation, but it's if our culture is being exploited for all of people, right? So it's not just for black people.
Okay.
Like white people listen to rap, Hispanic people listen to rap. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what standard are we supposed to put on it, that only black people can listen to this or don't rap about it? Because
no, we shouldn't even promote this debauchery, abusing women, profanity. And the guy said the N-word. He can't even say the nigga. He got to say the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not proper. That's not the way you want to conduct yourself among your people. Why you using the N-word? Why you don't say the word outright?
Let me ask you a question.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. How old are you?
Isn't that hypocrisy?
No,
when you go around your boy, you don't say N-word.
I do. I call my guys N-words, but
come on, man. You see the other guy on the phone, he used the word nigga straight up.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, listen, I'm like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Like, I use the N-word. It don't bother me. So
I never say, man, what's up, N-word?
All right, that's you. That's your prerogative, but I've used it. But
when you around white people, I guarantee you ain't gonna say, what's up, my nigga?
Because they not a nigga. They white.
But you talking to your black friend who you in a public setting and a bunch of white people, you a cheddar somewhere eating. And you talking to your homeboy across, hey, what's up, my nigga? You finally made it. You're not gonna say that.
I have. I listen. I don't know who you listen. You talking to the wrong one, okay? Because
that Negro that was on the phone earlier, that so-called Negro that was on the phone earlier, he wouldn't do that.
Listen, bro. Let me. Can I ask you a question, sir? I just want to ask you a couple questions. How old are you? Let me ask you that. How old are you?
I'm 50 years old.
You're 50 years old. So let me. So I just I want to be very clear. I just want to be very clear, and I want you to be as honest as possible. You have never said the N-word. You have never said the N-word.
Of course, I just said I use it.
Okay, so
I just used it on this.
I heard you. I heard you. I want to hear it come out your mouth. I heard you. I just want to hear it come out your mouth. You've never listened to rap music.
Yes, I've listened to it all.
So my question to you,
one more point you made earlier. The Oakland Raiders did not want rappers promoting their brand.
They didn't want it, but they still profited off of it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Exactly, because exactly. But they didn't want that.
But
publicity.
my question to you is: if you listen to rap music and you said the N-word, where were you when holding the standard?
I'm not on here being hypocritical about it. But I'm saying if people, because think about this, okay?
Okay.
There are some things that we know that are wrong, but we right but we continue to want to do wrong. What I'm saying, the people who are opposed to it, I wholeheartedly agree with them. But I have some impediments that I have to deal with. Some things that I need to correct, that I know I need to correct. But I'm not going to say, hey, the language I'm using is right when I know it's wrong. I'm just trying to improve. You know what I'm saying? So we have to accept that we need improvement in our community.
Nobody's saying that we don't, because we all see the flaws in the community, correct? But what I'm saying,
don't act like it's okay. It's not. We should do better. I want to do better. I don't want to use the nigger word. I want to take it out of my vocabulary. Every day I try to eliminate from my vocabulary.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you go. And you can respond, but I'm gonna say this. What bothers me about people your age, right, is that you were allowed to go through your life, make your mistakes, and then at the age of 50 and 51, 52, 55, 60, and say, we need to do better. When you're not given the same grace to an 18 to 25-year-old who should be allowed to go through the same process you did to learn why or why not to be the way that they're supposed to be. Yes, you can always give, hold on. Yes, you can always give back to the community and say, hey, this is wrong, this is right, do this and do right. That's giving back. That's giving wisdom. But you are not allowed to speak on and say what we as a community can and cannot do, because you were the ones doing it. So you were perpetuating the same stigma that you're fighting against right now. Allow people to make their mistakes.
I agree with you. We are tolerating this madness. My generation is probably the ones who created this madness. But when you know better, you do better. So we can't continue to allow this behavior to continue. So as me as an elder saying that it was our generation who created this, we need to be the ones who put an end to it. And it's not that we're not allowing you to be reckless. We're just not going to tolerate it. And we shouldn't tolerate it.
All right, that's fair. Appreciate the call. All right, guys, these are my last three callers. I'm going to lock the call lines. The conference has been locked. I'm going to go KP, FAMU, KJ, then Rocky. All right, KP, it's on you.
Wow, what's up, baby? What's going on, boy?
Man, nothing chilling, KP, on this Sunday afternoon. What's goody?
Sunday fun day, man. Real quick, not going to hold you long. Just want to shoot a couple of darts at you. Look, man, the gatekeepers, some of these baby boomers, these Generation X folks, don't understand the culture. Give you an example. NBA young boy used a dirty ass mini dome for Southern University as his album cover. The administrators were upset for him using just the dirty mini dome as his album cover. Fans, everybody went crazy over it. What's wrong with using that mini dome for your album cover to put eyes on some university? And I'll give you another thing. Watching the interview Ice-T was on Drink Champs. He said the reason why Snoop Dogg and him, he made a song called Cop Killer, which I didn't even know. They getting these endorsement deals is because the gatekeepers are their fans. They understand their music. That's why they're able to get these deals. The gatekeepers now that are the baby boomers, the Generation X, still stuck in their old ways. You know, y'all got to get out the way. Y'all got to understand we're in a different climate. We have a different audience, and this is how you make money. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't something that's killing and being so derogative or doing something out the line, man, let them kids have that, man. Your time passed. Get out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you something before I go. If you was the president of FAMU or you was the gatekeeper at FAMU, would you have had a problem with Boston shooting that video in that locker room?
Yes and no. Yes, because I have to think about tomorrow. I got to think about tomorrow. So I got to think about how in the hell that he was able to have just such easy access to getting into my institution. Right. That's the biggest thing. It's the safety for me. It's a safety concern for me because today it's a music video. Tomorrow it could be a fight. You get what I'm saying? So that aspect of it, I got to lock it in. The video, the words, and I'm like, yo, you hear worse on the radio. Like, I don't understand. Like, stuff like that is on the radio every single day. So no, the words and the lyrics would not have bothered me. It would have been the security aspect of it all, just to making sure that my players are not that easily accessible, you know, for outside people. Other than that, I'm Gucci.
You're Gucci because you understand the culture. You understand what's going on. And I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the gatekeepers in their age. I don't know if it's they not connected with what's going on. So I don't know, man. But anyway, bro, enjoying the show. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to the chat room goons. Peace out, baby.
No problem, KB. Appreciate you. You know, but listen, it's literally talking about killing hoes. That's on the radio. There's not a rap song on the radio that doesn't have some reference about hoes, drugs, or a gun. Somewhat. And don't even get me about these women rappers. They gonna talk about their coochie every other bar. Oh, my coochie wet. Oh, my coochie tight. Oh, my coochie open. Oh, my coochie this. Oh, my coochie that. Like, so what is we talking about right now? Come on, man. FAMU KJ coming to you.
All right, what's up, Scotty?
What's going on? Yeah, I'm here. What's up? What's good with you?
Okay, man. Hey, all of us old heads in the same house today, man. Brother Campbell just passed me the phone with 100-foot cord there, man. So, hey, check this out. I'm going to take you a little deeper as an old head, man, and just try to get you to look at things that an older person would tell you. Now, I know we, you know, laughing and thinking things funny and you know, talking about what's happening, but let me take you a little deeper about what's going on. What we don't see now is that when we start taking higher education and start mixing it with the rap and different things like that, there are those who have the purse strings, who have the power to make laws to hurt you. And see, a lot of us don't know, just about 4 or 5 days ago, Senator Rand Paul on the congressional floor talked about why in the hell are we paying, quote unquote, these rap athletes money for NIL deals when we used to have it where they just played and they played okay and they got an education. And he's already set up that he's going to try to shoot down and stop this, what's happening with federal laws. So while we laughing and skinning and grinning about, hey man, y'all just don't understand the culture, you don't understand what's happening, there are those who are setting themselves up to stop it and to use this as a means of getting support from other congressionally who have the purse string to shut this down. Now, I'm sitting here watching CNN about 5 minutes ago straight. The news that came on Florida A&M shuts down football, and they had a full 5-minute conversation about it. So while we laughing now and we thinking everything funny and everything going on, people are scheming, and people who have power to shut this down. And now we're finally starting to get athletes who are out there being indentured servants or sharecroppers trying to get paid. Now that gets shut down, all because rap music and how things are being done and rap lyrics and all. And this guy is already saying that most of these college athletes are nothing but rap stars who are going to be having Bentleys and all. That's not going to happen. We don't need to have that on our college campus. So most of us probably don't know, but when we finish the show, you go look up Rand Paul comments about black athletes and how they need to be stopped.
I know what he said. It was dog whistle. I know what he said. I read.
Right. So what I'm saying is that, and this is the kind of guy who has the power as a senator, and he's on the financial committee that can shut that down. Right. So this is just one of what the old heads are trying to let you see and understand, that sometimes you might say we don't understand the culture. We're trying to tell you to look deeper at it and the ramifications from it.
Okay. I get what you're saying, right? But I have to disagree, right? And the reason I have to disagree is because the HBCU spaces aren't getting Bentleys, and they're mad. Okay. Senator Rand Paul is mad because his institution, which used to have free labor, is now having to pay black athletes their value, and he doesn't like that. And now they're driving around with Mercedes. There's an article that Caleb Williams put out, I think it was on ESPN or CBS or no, Front Office Sports, something like that, where he said, NIL changed my life. And he talks about what he was able to do for his family. He talks about the money that he was able to save and all the money he's been getting for NIL and how it changed his life. So to me, I get what you're saying in the aspect of, but that's such a broad stroke that a lot of HBCUs are not in that space and realm to even be focused on NIL money. Now, what they need.
But see, Scotty, that's how you look at it. What I'm saying is this right here. When you have a news event that just breaks and it goes worldwide, those who already don't have the best interest in mind for you can take it, blow it up, and everybody is thrown into that category. And so now that's used as a weapon to stop it. So now the same article that you talked about it on, that how many of us saw that article? How many of them saw that article? Nobody. Now, how many people just saw the news article? Like I said, it just ran on CNN. Millions. So those are the kind of ways in which we're being manipulated. And a lot of times while we're laughing and joking, they're using that to then all of a sudden a year or two from now, NILs are stopped, or they're limited, or HBCUs are caught in a situation where some of the funding that they may be able to be eligible for, it's been shut out. So what I'm just saying, pay attention to all of that and listen to all of that and understand why these things are being used against us, and how it can come back and hurt us.
Don't make no negative. No, because I'm not going to. This is what it feels like, right? It feels like old heads are saying it is on you. Listen, if this is, you can't say something is systemic, and then in one you talk about this action or these actions coming up are going to make it even. No, if I've been told from multiple HBCU alums that this is a systemic issue of a historic underfunding of HBCUs, do not put this on one singularity moment or this singularity in culture to blame the fact of why HBCUs aren't getting this and HBCUs aren't getting that. No, I'm not going to take that and run with it. Are there things that this new culture can do? Yes, but are there not things that the FAMU students are doing, like suing the state of Florida? That's the thing for me is no, I'm not going to allow you to sit on here and say, well, let me show you from an old head's perspective of why this incident is so bad. No, because if it's something is systemic, it is not just a singularity issue. It is go ahead.
No, Scott, I think you're missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this right here. I'm not saying that it's systemic. What I'm saying is this right here. We've got to look at while we're saying that, it was just a rap video. And what I'm saying to you is this, those that are in power, they will use this as a means of fueling. Okay, because we got to also understand that there's many people that don't want to see many that black athletes get what they deserve. So what I'm saying is this right here. We got to be careful in understanding that there's two parts to it. Oftentimes it's the unseen that you don't realize that people out there scheming to set you up. So that's all I'm just saying is that be very, very consciously and aware of what's going on while you might be thinking that, hey man, that's not systemic. That's not going. No, there are others who are trying to present it to those that have power to say that it is systemic. Right. And that's why we got to just be on full alert to always understand that it's all aspects that are there. That's all. I'm not saying that, but I'm just be on alert and understand that there's two sides to it. That's all.
Yeah, but I just don't think that the HBCU side is like, I think it's like 10% of the main, like, talk about, like, the issue to me is talk about Brandon Miller being drafted and being part of a murder investigation. Like, he probably got NIL money. Like, talk about that with University of Alabama. Like, we're talking about music. Hold up.
I'm not saying just for HBCUs. I'm just saying the black athlete and how it's oftentimes, because that's what Rand Paul was saying. He was giving dog whistles concerning the black athlete.
Okay, so if we keep it to the black athlete, who benefits the most from the black athlete? PWIs. What school did Rand Paul go to? A PWI. So what don't he want to see? He doesn't want to see his PWI paying black athletes. So his natural anger or frustration is going to be in a PWI space. I'm not saying that. Now, if you wanted to talk about Ron DeSantis, I would so agree with you. I'd be like, yeah, you might, yeah.
And but that's what I'm trying to get you to see. It's not just, it's all of it. It's not just Rand Paul. Yeah, it's DeSantis. All these people will use this, man. That's what I'm trying to just get you to see.
And I look at it like this. I look at it like this, though. Don't bring it up on this issue. Talk about it when 26 Bamas was ineligible. Talk about it then. And that had nothing to do with the football players and the football team. It had everything to do with higher education. So the thing to me is this, right? People want to point the finger and blame this issue with the football. And listen, absolutely not. I care more about the ineptitude of the higher education facility to have 26 players be ineligible because one person didn't do their damn job. That is my issue. You want to talk about lack of institutional control? Let's talk about that. Not about a football video, a music video being shot in a football dorm or a football locker room. I can give two shits about that. So because if you're the thing that killed, and that's why I even came on here about the Twitter video, because all I'm seeing on people on Twitter is talk about, oh, FAMU, higher education. They shouldn't be a part of this. They shouldn't be. Well, higher education. Let's talk about how you had 26 players ineligible because you didn't do your damn job. That is what you don't give Ron DeSantis. That's the stuff you don't want to give your government is a reason to change your institution, because that's a lack of institutional control, not a music video being shot in a football locker room. So excuse me if my priorities are just a little different, and me saying I don't give two shits about a music video. I care more about the players' nutrition, the players having a dorm room, the players having the right people in place so they're compliant to get their scholarships and play. That is what I care mostly about, not a music video. So I get what you're saying, but that doesn't, to me, I don't care.
All right, man. Love the conversation.
Always.
Again, thanks for taking my call, man.
Anytime, man. Appreciate the call.
Okay.
All right, Rocky, you the last one. What's up, Rock?
Hey, man, what's going on, man? Hey, I don't like
when dudes like the last caller, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get into what I was talking about, but the dude like the last caller is to say the reason why we should shoot rap videos in HBCU locker rooms is because of the white boogeyman. Like, I hate those kind of conversations, bro. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. The white boogeyman is the dudes who don't want black people to progress, they not hiding it, bro.
Not even
they
a
ain't got
little
no secret agendas.
Not even a little bit.
You know what I mean? They put it right there in your face, bro. So the white boogeyman is not the reason why the problem with the video. Like I talked to you the other day, Scotty. I think my problem with it is like this, bro. Is that it was a security facility situation. It ain't really got nothing to do with football. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, the rapper having access to the facility is the problem. If you come in if Master P show up at my house and I let him shoot a video, hell yeah, if he asks me to be in the video, what I'm gonna do? I'm getting the goddamn video. You know what I mean? So him having access is the problem. You can't even blame the players for being in a rap video, bro. They ask them to be in the video, they get in the video, they hee-hee-ha-ha, they sign the consent forms, and it's done. It probably shoot max a couple hours, bro. My biggest problem is this, bro, is that Willie Simmons, the athletic department, and the institution got to feed into the bullshit with having a fake suspension. And once you start having a fake suspension, them motherfuckers gonna push you to try to have a real suspension. That's my problem. You know what I mean? Like, you should have said, hey, this was a violation of our campus policies. There was an entertainer on campus that we weren't aware of. He used our facilities to shoot a video. We want to put a cease and desist on the displaying of that video until we get proper clearance. And you leave it right there. You don't fuck with the players. You don't do nothing. Cause for all the players know, Scotty, the dude had permission to be on the goddamn campus.
Cause he done been there 50 million times. I know for a fact he done been there 50 million times.
They done seen him probably sitting in Willie Simmons' office. You know, they done seen him chopping it up with the coaches. He grew up with 3 other players, you know, whatever. And the dude just shoots a video and they let him shoot the video and he asks the players to get in and they do the hyped up stuff, boom, boom. And it's over with, man. All this here is a bunch of nothing, bro. And the fact that y'all gonna make this, right, a poor representation of HBCUs when the misappropriation ain't a poor representation, the poor facilities ain't a poor representation, the suspension of 6 players ain't a poor representation.
Come on, Rock.
The bad business deals.
Come on, Rock.
Come on now.
Come on, Rock. You preaching.
Let's not put it on these kids just cause it's convenient. Because it's convenient and it's out there. There's a whole bunch of bullshit going on that represents black people and HBCUs in a bad light that y'all just completely look over. And sometimes y'all say, don't make them look bad in public.
Come on.
See, you can't wanna expose the kids and treat the kids like the problem when we all know the kids are not the problem. The problem is the institution, ineptitude, and the lack of competence that exists within those systems that are actually the problem. Because if you had a facility worth guarding, worth keeping safe, you'd have security there.
Come on. Ooh, come on. You can't do that at Florida State. I bet you.
Bro, I live 2 miles from the Baylor practice facility here. I can walk up to the park, I can get in the parking lot, I can look. The minute I try to walk in that practice field, there's gonna be somebody say, hey, let me see your ID, who you here to see, what's going on. I'm talking about I can go there at night, in the morning, you're not getting in there because they have something worth protecting. Not only their reputation, but they got facilities that are worth protecting. At the end of the day, if you had a facility that was worthy of protection and guarding and keeping secure, you'd have a security out there. And don't blame that on the kids, though. See, and not to mention, and here's another thing I say about rap music. Like, people always say, for as long as I've been living, bro, they've been trying to blame rap music for every issue that existed in our community for the last 35, 40 years. I'm 53, so rap came along about the same time I was born. So rap has been in my life for my whole life. But they blame rap, but they don't blame the movie. They blame rap, but they don't blame other forms of entertainment that also create poor images of black people. Books and Iceberg Slim. They're not blaming Iceberg Slim. They're not blaming, people who Tyler Perry. He got poor images of black people. Like, they don't blame those guys, but they're gonna blame rap music. See, I think rap music has always been a scapegoat for black elites and white folks to put the blame on because they found a creative way to express themselves that was for the people, by the people. And so as much good as comes out of rap, you also have that element too. But you have the same thing in any other genre of entertainment. You have the good and you have the bad. So I'm just saying, let's not blame rap music and talk. And here, I'm gonna tell you, this is a personal story. This is a real personal story. My daughter explained to me that she wanted to be part of a sorority, and I said, whatever, baby, whatever. I assisted her in paying whatever registration and whatever it costs, whatever. As far as I know, I wasn't involved in it, but she just asked me and I gave, right? So she had her coming. They have a coming out party. They call it a probate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go watch her. She come out, whatever. And I watch them girls, these educated black women who are gonna go be leaders in the community, represent their sorority by dancing to the tune called "Shake That Monkey." So it's that debauchery that everybody talks about, that foolishness that everybody talks about, is deeply ingrained as part of the HBCU culture. And you can't take it, you can't get mad now when the football players are dancing to a rap song, when all the sororities and fraternities, they dance all hood anthems too and shake their booty too. I'm just keeping it real.
Oh, you preaching today.
You can't celebrate one
and despise the other.
Condemn the other.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. So let's be honest, man. And all this the fake suspension, I think Willie Simmons did himself and the institution a disservice by feeding into that something must be done because the rap video comes out. The only thing he needed to do was state that it was done without the permission of the coaching staff, the athletic department, and the administration. And we're going to submit a cease and desist, viewing this until it's properly cleared. And that's all you had to do, and it goes away. But the suspension is what's newsworthy to CNN and ESPN. It ain't the rap video, it's the suspension. And that's what caused the hysteria and forced the media to report it. Because any suspension of a college football team is a big deal.
Yeah.
If Alabama said we're ceasing football activities,
we gotta know.
Big story.
We gotta know. Everybody gotta know. We gotta know what. Yeah.
Yeah. So and people are probably saying it's got to be something more than a video. You know what I'm saying? What are they trying to hide? You know what I mean? That's what they probably saying. It's got to be something more than it. It's got to be a killing. Got to be something going on. It's got to be a murder involved. If there's
murder.
Surely they're not suspending college football for a rap video. Anyway, man. Hey, bro, you did a great job today, man. I always love the show. And Mr. Campbell, I agree with everything you said, bro.
Hey, appreciate the call, Rock. Man, real good call. Good call, Rock. Appreciate it. Listen, man.
The conference has been unlocked.
I want to say this, and I think before I end it, I really want to hone in on what Rocky said. If you had something to protect, if you felt like your facilities were worth protecting, it would be protected. if you felt that it was worth protecting, it will be protected. And then, once again, what Rocky said, you don't want to talk about all the stuff that the kids got to go through. Oh, don't talk, because I've heard it. Oh, Scotty, don't bring that up. Oh, Scotty, don't bring that up. Why you talking about that, Scotty? Why you talking about this, Scotty? Oh, talking about dorms with mold. Talking about dorms with ants. We talking about no dorms, bad dorms, old dorms. You know what I'm saying? Old facilities, old weight room, all that type of stuff. Don't bring that up, Scotty. But then we talk about a music video. Scotty, you gonna talk about it? What? Shh. Hey. That just makes Rocky's point. I can't walk into the University of Texas field house because it's worth protecting. So what you gonna get mad at having the access? Like, so if I'm able, so who you listen, if I'm able to walk in and take money from the bank, you just gonna blame me, or you gonna blame the bank? We both complicit in the issue. Okay, Scotty, you shouldn't have stole the money, but why was the money that easy to get to? Both of those are reasonable questions. Okay? Both of those are reasonable questions. Why did you steal the money, and why was the money so accessible? Both of those have to be answered. It can't just be, well, hey, listen, Scotty, stole the money. Because then at the end of the day, they're like, yo, somebody else can do the same thing at the bank. So it just is what it is. Baby, you got anything to say before we get up out of here? All right, she just wanted to show her pretty little stuff. All right, guys, listen, appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I really didn't want to talk about this, but I didn't know it was going to be a 2.5-hour show. Shout out to my boy Mike for calling in. Shout out to Mr. Campbell. Shout out to Rocky. Shout out to all the old heads that called in. You know what I'm saying? I got them a little.
Throwing shots, that's how I know I got a trigger.
They a little triggered. All right, they're a little triggered. Listen, if you just tuning in, you better catch it while you can with the Boston Richey song that Mike told me to play earlier today, because I'm going to cut it out and I'm going to get my monetization back. Do you hear me? So you better get a chance to watch it while you can. Don't know if I'll be doing a show Monday. Don't forget, this week is SWAC Media Day. I will be doing a SWAC Media Day review. All right. And also, I want to give a shout out to my guy, Merch Pack. We got some stuff in the works. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff in the works. I want to show you guys a little something, just a little preview of what Merch Pack is coming up with. So let me bring this up real quick. So Merch Pack and OFFSCRIPT are trying to take merchandising for players to another level. All right. So what we're going to try to do this season is we're going to try to have player of the month jerseys and t-shirts made. Right. So if your player at your school or institution is player of the month, you know what I'm saying? We're going to try to make up a exclusive shirt. You already know the first person up to bat is always going to be my boy, Andrew Buddy. All right. So it's going to be things like this. You see the shirt, one mind, one body, one soul. You already know what it is. Andrew Body. So it could be a Musa shirt. It could be an Adrian Maddox shirt. It could be a JSU shirt. We're trying to do a player of the month shirt. All right. So it's going to be for the MEAC, for the SWAC exclusively. It's going to be cartooned. So they can't stop us from doing it, but we're trying to put on for HBCU players. You already know what it is. All right. So we're trying to put on for HBCU players. So that means support. All right. That means support. You already know what it is. All right. So we got that in the works. So just be on the lookout for that. All right. So listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.